look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Get ready for a cold night tonight. The risk of showers into the evening hours before ending. Then windy, much colder. Overnight low temperature down to about 27. But northwest winds gusting as high as 25 miles per hour will bring the wind chill down to the teens by morning. Thursday, a very cold winter's day with a high temperature only up to about 41 tomorrow. But wind chills in the 20s and 30s all day long. Dress in layers. Coldest night will actually be Thursday night with a low temperature 19 to 21 by dawn on Friday morning. Friday's high around 56, low 50s on Saturday, and then another cold night, 27th Saturday night, and Sunday's high temperature barely up to about 44, another Arctic surge. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
We're redesigning financial freedom at CB&S Bank. Make purchases at participating stores and restaurants using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile devices with Mobile Wallet. Charges and fees may apply for your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for more information. Member FDIC.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. Live local talk, the River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Hi, this is Andrew Clavin on The Culture. Some conservatives are arguing that the beginning of the Obama era has been a disaster. They argue that the president's soft approach to tyrants overseas has elicited predictable displays of aggression, boding far worse to come. They feel the president's high-blown ethical rhetoric has given way to his appointments of political hacks. And of course, there's the gazillion dollars in spending and taxation that conservatives feel is a radical attempt to destroy our free market system. That's the conservative argument. But today I'd like to explain the liberal argument. Shut up. Shut up is the central rationale behind the leftist program. We've heard it expanded upon recently by Democrat bigwigs who want to bring back some version of the misnamed fairness doctrine to try to knock guys like Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity off the air. See, Rush and Sean argue forcefully against liberal policies, and Democrats want to explain to them, shut up. A book called A Manifesto for Media Freedom by my City Journal pal Brian C. Anderson and Adam D. Thayer describes how high-level Dems also support a plan with another Orwellian name, net neutrality it's called, that would try to force conservatives to shut up online as well. But even if the left can't turn shut up into law, they've worked hard over the years to make it the custom of the country. It's the essence of politically correct phraseology and university speech codes. Say it our way or shut up. It's inherent in the media's demonization of conservative commentators, the way they try to turn names like Limbaugh and Ann Coulter into bywords for intolerance so they'll just shut up. And why were there more than half a dozen movies attacking the war on terror and not one in support of it? Oh, wait, I know. Shut up. The left here has been making the shut up argument at least since the 70s, when it became clear that all their other arguments had failed. Since it was the only argument remaining to them, they had to invent different ways to say it. If you pointed out that their weakness allowed the murderous tyranny of communism to expand, for instance, well, you were a McCarthyite. Shut up. If you proved that their leniency toward criminals turned our cities into cesspools, you were a fascist. Shut up. When you pointed out that their welfare policies destroyed black families and created a social disaster of vast proportions, you were a racist, a sexist, uncivil, worse than Hitler. All just different ways of saying, shut up. All around the world, as leftism has failed everywhere, shut-uppery has been called to its defense. The full-blown leftists, the communists, say shut up with prisons and guns, but Western leftists, laboring under traditions of freedom, are subtler. In Europe, they've had more than 50 years of the sort of soft socialism the Democrats are now bringing here. Their anti-individualist, anti-religious, and anti-patriotic policies have so sapped the energies of the European nations that the continent's once great cultures are now flaccid and passive, fit for nothing but to be conquered in slow motion by the violent, intolerant Islamist invader within. But when people like Ayaan Hirsi Ali, Geert Wilders, or Oriana Fallaci have the temerity to decry the left's empowerment of Islamist hatefulness, they're the ones brought up on charges of being hateful, not because they're speaking falsely, mind you, but because shut up. So now the left is in charge of America, and shut up is on the march. Watch for that fairness doctrine. Beware of net neutrality. Pay attention to the ways the liberal mainstream news media distort, mock, insult, and exclude the conservative opposition. Listen to the people they don't want you to listen to. And whatever you do, don't shut up. This is Andrew Klavan on The Culture.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
It is the big broadcast. Happy hour. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV. I'm your gracious, occasionally truculent host, Greg Bugel. And with me, my co-host, the stunning, the glamorous Pamela Dubuque.
And here they are. This is so stupid.
We haven't said anything yet. Give us a chance.
Yeah.
So tonight after the show, we're going to Baumhauer's. You know, and look, I always like to have something special to celebrate. 53 years ago today, a lot of people may not know this part of my lame-ass story. I may be telling a lot of lame-ass stories today. We are sidekickless this afternoon. My first 2+ years in radio had nothing to do with being on the air. It was never my intention to be on the air. I was fascinated with, and this, many of you who have grown up here and so forth, I know when the sun set, you would listen in the evening to WLS out of Chicago. And many of you are familiar with the people I listen to because Chicago is where I'm from. I'm a damn Yankee, and I'm sorry. It was really a better place then. In fact, my neighborhood in Chicago would fit in right here. Really would. Nice Midwestern folks. Everybody trusted everybody. You know, people came and went to each other's houses. We watched each other's kids. We played in the street. Rarely any kind of incident or trouble. Can you imagine that? Anyway, I was obsessed with studying radio audiences. And there were big rivalries up there between the big stations. And I just, as a hobby, started polling people. Sometimes at the record store, sometimes at school, acting their opinions on this and that. And I used to hand out WLS hit parades, a list of the top 40 songs, and I asked people to check their 5 favorite on the list. And I became consumed with this data, and this is before computers and things that would make that kind of stuff a little bit easier today. It was very raw. And eventually I took that to the next level and started studying personalities. So I'm creating this huge pile of information. Again, it was, by today's standards, it would probably be dismissed because it wasn't scientific, but it was sincere. And I learned so much about the business from doing this. In fact, I was chatting with Skipper, who will give us our first traffic update in a minute, because Skipper, great DJ, he's doing traffic now, but with a knowledge of music that is probably second to nobody in my personal experience, and a great storyteller. an absolutely sensational storyteller. In fact, if we had a traffic substitute, we could have invited him this afternoon and just had fun for 3 hours. But my hero in the middle of all that, and some of you may know this name, was a guy named Larry Lujak. He was the most popular jock in Chicago, but he was different from everybody else. He wasn't one of those pukey announcers. Hey, here's the latest from the Partridge Family, everybody. You could dry a load of laundry on his humor. His delivery was deliberate and with purpose. And sometimes the funniest moments on his show were the pauses, because he let you think the thought he was leading you to. I learned all this just by listening to the guy. And when I did these little studies of listeners, I learned that he was much beloved by a huge number of people and equally despised by another. Because what he did was he did a brand of radio that gave people a chance to decide. And it wasn't going to change for anybody. This is me, love it or leave it, that kind of attitude. But that was something to admire, somebody that had the chutzpah to put it out there the way he did. So what I learned from that was, well, if you're on the air, you got to do something that has, whether it's the content, the way you deliver it, you got to give people a chance to form an opinion. Mm-hmm. And no matter how successful you are, there's a lot of people that aren't going to like you. And you got to be okay with that. Yeah. Because you know what happens to radio people that try to please everybody? They end up in the enormous graveyard of radio people who went nowhere. So, in fact, and one day I eventually got hired to do these. In fact, I started at WLS. I was, my dad taught me, don't be afraid to knock on doors. So when I was in high school, I made an appointment with the promotion director at WLS. This is one of the biggest stations in the country. I don't care. And I was telling him about this. He said, well, bring it down here. I'd like to see it. And he said, I've never seen anything like this before. Maybe you could do one of these for us. I was offered the grand sum of $85 to study various things about WLS. And that was my first check. I still have a copy of it.
That's cool.
It cost 25 cents to make a photocopy at the bank. Yeah, it's so. And then I got more sophisticated as time went. I started my own company, Independent Radio Research. And over a couple of years, I got hired by every network and every station to do some type of study. Mm-hmm. The last station I did a study for is the one that's with the picture on my Facebook page today with my old name spelling, my original name spelling. Mm-hmm. And the general manager was a young guy. His name was Roger Turnbow. And I loved him because he wanted, whatever the next edge was, he wanted to find it. He wanted to be ahead of everybody else. So he was open to all ideas, something you don't see a lot of in our business anymore, except here. Please appreciate knowing what I see going on in other cities around the country. Local ownership and people with permission to say something is becoming rare. The sad part about that, above and beyond the lack of developing, entertaining people, it's like Larry Stevens. He could have been on any radio station in the country. He was that good. He still is that good. But he liked it here. He had a great gig, worked for people that, you have that confidence that, they got your back. And he discovered some incredible talents during his time here, that incredible era where this is his town. And it's so cool to be able to work with Larry today because we are cut from the same cloth. he built his success by finding talented people and giving them space to talk and grow. And I need to do more of that with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't mean to get off on 8 million tangents here, but this guy, Roger Turnbow, said, you know what? We don't want old school disc jockeys anymore. We're FM. This is where the future is. And we don't want fast talking DJs. You know, they make a lot of noise and really say nothing. Time and temperature, that kind of stuff. He says, why don't you give this a try? So you got a nice voice, you know the music, you know the listeners. Let's see if it works. So on this date in that year, which will remain yearless, 4 o'clock in the morning, I do my first broadcast. First song I played, they're classic hits now. They were new songs then. Was Reeling in the Years by Steely Dan. And I sucked. I was just nervous.
Yeah, I would be.
I was just diving in the pool. And when it was over, I could tell from Roger, he said, yeah, well, maybe this isn't your future. But I love the fact that he gave me a chance. Then a week later, like that clothing store in My Cousin Vinny, the station got the flu. And we had a lot of people out, and the morning newsman, an ex-Marine sergeant named Ron Hill, who took himself way too seriously. He did look a little bit like Sergeant Carter on Gomer Pyle. Similar demeanor too, except he was real life. And he was out. So they said, do you think you can try doing the news on the morning show? Sure. That changed everything, because I was able to tear the copy, and really all I had to do was I practiced.
Yeah.
In fact, the very first radio lesson I got was from a guy named Mike Kaplan, who was a news dude, used to teach up-and-coming radio people how to get better. He says, take the newspaper into the toilet and read it out loud to develop diction.
Yeah.
So guess what I did? I wasn't doing anything else, but I was in the toilet reading the paper because Mike Kaplan said that's what you need to do to get better at this. And but that chance to be, and that's when I got past the nerves and settled in a little bit. So we were part of, at that time, ABC owned stations in New York and Chicago, where I was, LA. I'm not sure, Detroit. Well, Detroit got the flu. No, you get the flu. 3 of their guys got hired by the New York station, so they needed bodies. They said, would you like to go to Detroit for a couple of weeks and help them? So I get on a plane. I land in Detroit. The program director meets me at the airport, and he says, have you ever run a board? I said, no. Because in Chicago, it was very unionized, and you had to tell the engineer what song you wanted.
Oh, yeah.
They had to pull it out of the wall, stack it up, and then you cued them with your finger to start whatever was next.
Yeah.
So I haven't done that. He says, well, you're on tonight at 7 o'clock.
Oh, my gosh.
You need to learn.
Oh, my gosh. But maybe doing it, just being forced into doing it, is the way to do it.
Yeah. Well, and again, and I'll say this to you or anybody else that's younger, which sadly many of you are, most of you. When you get to certain points in life and you have success, but you look back at the things that had to happen to give you that opportunity, if you knew all of that ahead of time, you would be too scared to make the journey.
Yeah.
Because you can have, I've never gotten a job. Never gotten a job in a half a century in this business with a resume. It's reputation.
Yeah.
And mine was good for a long, long time until I had issues with booze. But that's the truth. That's my truth. So some of you may know this name. Those of you who are from the Detroit area, a guy named Art Penhallow, legend. I don't know if he's still around or not, but he was on the air in the afternoon on WRIF, a rock station, for over 40 years in the same time slot. That's very, very rare.
Wow.
But he was a great guy, and he said, I'll teach you. Sit with me through my show, and I'll show you how all this works. And during breaks and stuff, he would. So I did my first show that night and only had a couple of problems, minor ones, nothing. I didn't scrape a needle. We were playing actual records on the air. So there were many instances where things could have gone off the rails. But overall, it went really well. And after I did a couple of shows, Larry Berger, the program director, said, I've got 3 time slots open. Which one would you like? I had like 2 weeks of experience, but I was still very young and I really wasn't ready to let go of Chicago. Had I taken him up on that, God only knows, I may have ended up in New York myself, because almost everybody that worked at WRIF in Detroit ended up in New York. It was only 240 miles from Chicago, 5-hour drive. So I suppose I could have done it. I just wasn't mature enough, and I'm still not. And then I did the 3 weeks and I went back, and the morning guy quit. So they put me on then. In those days, the morning show, which is today's radio primetime, but with the boomer demographic back then in the 70s, the time slot you really wanted was 7 to midnight, because everybody was listening.
Yeah.
Partying, listening, etc. So it was almost like they didn't put that much emphasis on it. So I took it. And I was raw and unpolished, but I was connecting with people. Then the program director who was guiding me through that experience quit to take a job in LA at KHJ. In fact, I had him on as a guest on this show about 10 years ago. He'd written a book about the business. And they brought in a guy from a top 40 AM station in Milwaukee who didn't understand FM. Some of you may know the call letters WOKY. That was the big station in Milwaukee. Gary Price, Mr. Serious. As Simon Cowell said, he had the personality of a candle. And he looks at me and says, how are you in the morning show? You don't even have 3 months of experiences. I'm going to have to take you. We'll put you on weekends. And I was pissed. And then he started taking our very hip FM music approach. All the classes, Steely Dan, the Allman Brothers, Zeppelin, and not just the hits, the album cuts. And he starts playing Helen Reddy and Delta Dawn. And that enraged me because I knew what was wrong for the station.
Yeah.
So I quit. Stupid. I learned lesson number 1 in radio. Don't quit until you have the next gig lined up.
Yeah.
But on my last morning show, I got off the air, went to my mailbox, and I had roughly 100 fan letters.
Wow.
100. This is snail mail, okay?
Now we get Facebook messages.
So I go to Gary's office, and he gives me this sad news. I said, do you see this? You think these people are sending me coupons? They're listeners. This is pretty good. In fact, I get more mail than anybody else in this building. But he didn't care. He was one of those by the book, boring.
Yeah.
No personality. So I bounced around Chicago. I worked for all the networks. I became a talk show producer. Answered the phone. I don't know if I want to tell the story of Mary Sunshine or not, but it was good experience. It was really good experience. And worked with a lot of, and because it was NBC, I remember one time Jane Fonda showed up in our lobby.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had AM and FM and NBC TV all at the top of the merchandise mart. And one day we get off the air at 2, there's a big group in the lobby, and they didn't look like they were there to discuss buying advertising or some other business. They They were sitting on the floor, which is also unusual. And I look, and there's frickin' Jane Fonda. She is demanding, we're not leaving this lobby until you agree to give us airtime.
Oh, okay.
So Rick Rosenthal, they're trying to figure out how to exit this gracefully without looking like they caved in, but it was Jane Fonda. So Rick Rosenthal did the interview, and I sat in on that. I lost my pictures were taken. I wish I still had one. I will say this, Jane Fonda may have been the most amazing looking woman I've ever seen up close and personal.
Really?
But she's a traitor.
Yeah.
And that makes you ugly in my book. Even then I was conservative.
Mm-hmm.
So those are stories from the early days. And I got a million of them, but I don't want to anesthetize the audience with all this old stuff. But that's how it started. I was an experiment. I still am an experiment. It's 3:30 already.
It is.
I just killed, and I mean killed, 20 minutes. As far as the news, Minnesota. That's all you got to say. Minnesota. What a effed up.
We have fraud fatigue.
Do something. When is somebody going to get arrested, Pam Bondi? There's a lot of people that don't like you now.
Hey, they filed articles of impeachment against Tim Walz in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Big time.
Now,
That's good.
impeach his sorry ass, or maybe he'll, you know what? He went from candidate for a third term to withdrawing. I'll bet he resigns. Yeah. I'll bet he resigns.
I think so. Yeah.
By the way, so the governor and that lame ass, you talk about lame ass. He is the poster boy for lame ass. The mayor, Jacob Fry, have nothing to say about Minnesota citizens killed by illegal immigrants. They're okay with that, I guess. That's part of the gift that comes with inviting 300 Somalians with an average IQ of about 80 to create a little country
generous.
within your city. Is what?
That's generous.
Yes. And because we don't want to hurt their feelings, we're just not going to get all bent out of shape over the damage they're doing to the town of Minneapolis, the people of Minneapolis. They got nothing to say. Holy cow. That's, just when you think you've seen the biggest rectum that ever lived, these two come along and say, hold my beer.
Mm-hmm.
What do we have?
Well, John A. called, and he just wanted me to tell you that he very much enjoys listening to your stories and appreciates you.
Thank you, John. And this is Crawdad.
Excuse me just a second, please. I was talking, and I was trying to have my chili and my grilled cheese sandwich, and I heard you telling the stories about the good old days, and I wanted to call and say, that's great radio.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, I mean, I know we're news talk, and I want people to know that I care about the news, and except every time I look at it, I get depressed like this Tim Walz, Jacob Fry. Got nothing to say about dead Minnesotans. The people that elected them to care about them, to take care of them, get killed by people that broke the law to get into the country. They got nothing to say. Democrats, why do you have... I can appreciate low standards, but I can't appreciate no standards. And that's where you're at. This makes me sick. And frankly, I would like to live long enough to be able to make it to 25 years here, at least.
You can do it, because I know you use a particular type. It's called psychologically.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Psychologically.
Oh, cycle, yes. I was out there, even in this cold, this hardy-ass Midwestern. Yeah, I was out there on the bike today in Cloverdale. Keep an eye out for me, okay?
Yeah, you have a new riding spot.
Yeah, and it's nice. There's, Bankhead,
Did you go around
some mansions.
School with the Methodist with the big brick going around and around, and the trees and the church? That's a good place to ride your bicycle.
Yeah,
I found a route. My primary purpose is to ride and not get killed. And there's lots of hills, not big ones where you have to really you get to the top and okay, that's it. I've had my exercise for the day, but it's a good workout. I don't have to ride as many miles, but I get a better result.
Yeah.
Greg, one time I thought I would roll through the Forest Hills and the shopping center, and I made a mistake when I came down. I thought, oh, fun time at the shopping middle, but then I had to go back up the hill. So, yeah, I understand. Anyway, I just want to say, truly, that's much appreciated listening to your reality radio. That's great. Thank you.
I am on my own reality show. Thank you, Crawdad. Appreciate it. 333. All right, we're going to get with Skipper here. We were just talking about him. Seriously, there's a guy who has radio instincts. He is a natural. And I told him, I said, if I was starting a station, I actually have an idea for a station, because we have classic rock and we have oldies. Well, what's a huge demographic in this country? You know what demographic has money to spend, some success, and I'll never believe in a million years of evolution that people over the age of 55, they're so set in their ways they never change their mind or consider a different brand of car or whatever. Bullcrap. So I would see if I could get the call letters WBUM, that's bum. The Boomer. Call it the Boomer. Play the music from those special years. Talk about stuff that's important to boomers.
Yes, that's very on brand for you.
Really? That's what I would do. In fact, I would love to do it on the morning show. I've actually, with the guys, why couldn't we play 3 songs an hour?
Yeah.
We're going to take a break from all this. Here's The Outsiders and Time Won't Let Me, or something from those incredible years. A song from the 60s, one from the 70s, one from the one song every hour.
That'd be so fun to pick those every day.
You could be our music director.
So fun. I would love that.
I actually would love to be able to put you on the morning show. So you too could enjoy the life of waking up at 3 a.m.
I have to bring Remy to school, though.
I know. Come in, hang out for 3 hours with Rich and Jay, have fun.
I know.
Take a nap, get something. She has this incredible business, you see.
Yes.
In Prattville called AMS Studios. And we should talk about that now.
We can.
Because AMS Studios, first of all, today is the 14th of January. Yeah, I know how to read a calendar.
Already.
That means Valentine's Day, which is how we pronounce it on this station. Valentine's Day is a month from today. Well, that's a month. Wild. I got plenty. You know what? Visit amsstudiosmedspa.com.
Yes.
And check out this incredible menu of services that'll both help people improve looks. Like for me, I've had an age spot, a couple of scars with intense pulse light therapy. Watching them disappear is amazing. So they offer things like that. The body contouring program.
Yes, Evolve.
I'm
starting a bunch of people on that right now too, and it's a good time to get in because it's several sessions that you do, but it will kickstart, if you've made New Year's resolutions for losing weight or getting more in shape, getting toned,
getting the summer body
will help. Yes.
Guys, you could, if you do the Evolve system, by the time the warm weather rolls around, you could be like Eddie Bader running around in a Speedo.
You really can. I did it and lost a pant size in 4 weeks, not doing anything else. So, message me on Facebook if you have questions. It is legit.
However, AMS Studios Med Spa also has pampering services.
Yes.
An array of facial options, massages, things like that, things that a woman loves to have.
Yeah.
And in many cases won't spend the money because, well, the kids have this coming up and that coming up. So guys, if you're, give her a day at AMS Studios and you'll be much appreciated for that.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's self-improvement or you want to give it as a gift certificate, visit them online at amsstudiosmedspa.com
Mm-hmm.
or call 730-1268. Pamela runs an amazing business. It's at 119 East Main, an incredible building that has a soul.
Yeah,
I swear
absolutely.
it does. And it just it relaxes you just to walk in the place. Great staff too. So amsstudiosmedspa.com.
Good job.
I mean, yeah. Even at my advanced age, you can remember things from time to time, and that's important to me. And let's see, at 3:38, wow, I have jibber jabbered.
You have. Mm-hmm.
But no complaints so far.
No.
Here is the man, Skipper, 3:38.
Well, we are looking pretty good this afternoon. We are getting busy, though, on East and East-South Boulevard, especially right around Troy Highway, Narrow Lane, Woodley. Had an accident earlier right near Troy Highway on East Boulevard. That one should be out of the way now. Other than that, we're looking at busy building traffic. Keep it here. We'll update you if any accidents happen to slow you down. At McKenna Nissan, get up to $9,000 off select new Nissans. Lowest tax rates in Alabama are at McKenna Nissan. Worth the drive, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Montgomery police have arrested a man for attempting to strangle a minor. The incident happened late Monday night on Haymarket Street in the Hampstead community, where 41-year-old Dustin McNeil was taken into custody. McNeil was charged with domestic violence by strangulation of a person under the age of 18. Construction is reportedly on schedule for the new Alabama State House in Montgomery. The building is expected to be completed next year and begin the first regular legislative session in 2027. Once construction is finished on the new State House, the current building will be demolished. The search continues for a boater who went missing on the Alabama River early Saturday morning. 54-year-old James Dawkins of Wetumpka was last seen launching a 12-foot John boat near Shelton Landing. As of Tuesday night, Dawkins has not been located. Anyone with information pertaining to Dawkins' whereabouts is urged to contact authorities. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free. E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free.
At E-Bike Oasis, we're more than just Montgomery's best electric bicycle store. E-Bike Oasis offers free 1-hour electrical bicycle rentals and a full-service electric bike repair shop. Stop by E-Bike Oasis in Montgomery today for free rentals, repairs, and electric bicycle brands in town.
Attention River Region business owners. Local counties are now inspecting and enforcing backflow prevention requirements. Headley Plumbing is fully certified to install, repair, and test backflow preventers, helping you stay compliant and avoid costly violations. We've been serving the River Region for decades with dependable professional service you can trust. No membership, no contract, just fair, reliable service. Call Headley Plumbing at 285-3667 or visit headleyplumbing.com. In our business, a flush beats a full house.
Headley Metal Buildings has been your source for quality metal buildings in the River Region since 2007. Carports up to 24 feet wide, RV covers, storage buildings, even a sturdy metal barn up to 54 feet wide. Your structure can be customized, installed on level ground, and comes with a 20-year warranty. Let Headley Metal Buildings help you find the perfect solution. Financing available. Call 285-3667 for details or find Headley Metal Buildings on Facebook.
Love is in the air and on the boat. The Harriet 2 riverboat, that is. Bring your special someone for a romantic evening and experience the elegance of cruising the Alabama River. Enjoy a delicious dinner while taking in the stunning sights. Dance the night away to the tunes that touch your soul, or just sit back and relax. Roses and champagne complete your lover's evening. Book your Valentine's cruise for February 13th and 14th at funinmontgomery.com.
Attention Montgomery business owners. Want more customers without guessing how to reach them? Blue Water Broadcasting isn't just radio. We're your full-service digital marketing partner. From From smart social media campaigns to targeted display ads to SEO that actually works, we help your business get seen by the right people at the right time. Whether you're a local shop, a growing brand, or an established company, our team can build a custom strategy that drives real results on air and online. Ready to grow? Call Blue Water Broadcasting today or visit bluewaterbroadcasting.com. Blue Water Broadcasting, your audience is waiting.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Shinbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Shinbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Get ready for a cold night tonight. The risk of showers into the evening hours before ending. Then windy, much colder. Overnight low temperature down to about 27. But northwest winds gusting as high as 25 miles per hour will bring the wind chill down to the teens by morning. Thursday, a very cold winter's day with a high temperature only up to about 41 tomorrow. But wind chills in the 20s and 30s all day long. Dress in layers. Coldest night will actually be Thursday night with a low temperature 19 to 21 by dawn on Friday morning. Friday's high around 56, low 50s on Saturday, and then another cold night, 27 Saturday night, and Sunday's high temperature barely up to about 44, another Arctic surge. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The holidays may be over, but the bills don't have to weigh you down. Let ASE Credit Union help lighten your financial load with our special post-holiday loan options. Visit us online at yourasecu.com or stop by one of our branches to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Did your dry January turn into a try January? Did you meal prep one meal? Did your attempt to learn Spanish on Duolingo begin and end with hola? It's okay. Resolutions are hard. Quitting is easy. That's why we created the Failed at Trying Pack, a comfortable judgment-free space where you can celebrate that your break from fast food lasted all 45 minutes it took DoorDash to deliver Taco Bell, where your yoga mat is once again rolled up behind the couch where it belongs, where your alarm is ambitious and your snooze button is undefeated. You didn't fail. You just tried. Briefly. Join the Failed at Trying Pack today, because the second week of January is a lot to ask.
Welcome back to the show, Checking the News. The longer it takes, I'm waiting for the Supreme Court decision on tariffs. And the longer it goes on, the more I'm inclined to think they're going to rule against the president, which would be monumentally stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's monumentally stupid, Ketanji. That woman is a moron. There is no justification for that woman having a voice in a decision that affects every American. Sorry, just not. I'm sure there were hundreds of other people they could have looked at.
Mm-hmm.
But we're watching out for it. I have a feeling what they'll do is they'll issue that on Friday at 5:00, knowing there's going to be tremendous blowback, and then they'll skip DC so they don't have to be held accountable. That's just
not.
I hope not.
Everything is so frustrating.
It really is. Now, on the good side, the Trump administration has frozen all visa processing for 75 countries with people who are likely to become a public charge. Good.
Yeah, good.
You see what he's doing there? He's actually looking out for American citizens, which some networks seem dead set against.
Yep.
Interestingly enough, I found a clip today. I sent it to myself so that I know that somebody cares about me.
I send you clips all the time because I care about you.
You do, and good stuff. I just want to play this one because this is CNN liars. You'll hear in this clip. Well, it's kind of long, but at the essence of this clip is that this is when whoa, I'm the one we've been waiting for, was President praising ICE for their courageous work.
Oh gosh.
And now all of a sudden they're the Gestapo. Stop with the Nazi stuff. Just stop.
I do keep seeing that.
Just stop. The Nazis, by the way, that was the National Socialist Party of Germany, AOC. You stupid, ignorant.
Blowhard.
Yeah. I had a clip of a big dog, and there's a little chihuahua yapping at the big dog, and the big dog just sits up and makes his enormous presence known, and the little dog just rolls over. And to me, that was AOC and Donald Trump. But I left that to people's imaginations. So we're waiting on that. We discussed this with David Blackman on Monday, why more Americans are identifying as independent. Because it's dangerous. There's an understood permission that if you're a Trump supporter, you can become a target and nobody will care if they attack you for your physically attack you for your political opinion.
I'd like to have someone try to attack me.
You just leave her alone. Don't take that as an invitation. So we're watching that story as well. And we should have a contest. When do you think Tim Walz will just resign?
Ooh.
He'll probably want some time with the family before they haul his ass off to prison. Billions of dollars.
It's got to be soon. It's got to be soon. Like by Monday?
I would.
After this impeachment?
Yeah.
Like the writing's on the wall, man.
And what Tim Walz is learning is that all those people that were your political friends while you were governor, they're going to put an arm out and distance themselves from you so fast, you won't have a place to turn for a friend or a favor. Because it's over for you, you twerp. He almost became vice president, for God's sake. Of course, if he had, we wouldn't know about $8 billion worth of fraud in Minnesota either.
No way.
The nerve, just the gall. So, hoping you'll join me celebrating my on-air anniversary. There's 3 days a year I like to celebrate. This is one. My arrival in Montgomery, April 28th, is one. And then the launch of this show, August 29th. But we always need an excuse to party at Baumhauer's. Tonight I'm going to put out the strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
I told the big guy, I said, make sure you have plenty of it there because last time I think we had to order 7.
Oh, wow.
So everybody got a good plate full of it. It's so good. It's so good. And that'll be at Baumhauer's after the show. I think the movie may be there early. And, the group starts gathering around 5. It's at the end of the long bar in the middle of the restaurant, the very end of that, those long tables there. Hope to see you there. So I was telling Pamela about a Chicago radio legend named Larry Lujak, a guy I studied who was incredibly popular, but also incredibly disliked by a lot of people, but everybody knew his name. And he was the first radio personality in Chicago to get a $1 million contract.
Wow.
Yeah. Because in the 80s, salaries in the business exploded. Now, not so much.
Nah.
In the 80s, under Ronald Reagan, the economy explode. Under Donald Trump, I'm hoping we'll get at least that, a pop, because a lot of other things have changed as well. But I have a couple of Lou Jack things here. I wanted you to hear these so you could understand what this guy was like. This was my broadcasting hero. I was just a fan. Again, I didn't want to be on the air. I wanted to be a player off the air. When I was 19 years old, I had incorporated my own radio research company. And I was invited to conventions to speak. I had stations around the country subscribing. I was the first to come up with demographic profiles and what groups were specifically behind certain songs for stations that wanted to build women in their audience.
Yeah.
They'd get my list.
Neat.
It was called the Music Demographer.
That's cool.
And stations paid me $180 a year for a mailing once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Today, you could do that every day with email and stuff. But back then, that was a lot of work.
I bet.
Addressing envelopes and stamps. And I can say it now because I think the statute of limitations, but I had a buddy that worked in the NBC was so big, it had its own post office.
Oh, wow.
And I became buddies with the guy in the mailroom. And I would take my stack of envelopes being sent out with my little tip sheet, and he would just accidentally drop them into the outgoing mail bin. Save me some money. Of course, stamps were a lot cheaper. Anyway, Lou Jack did a feature on his show called The Clunk Letter of the Day. He did it, I think, at 5:45. He was on from 2 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
He did it towards the end of his show, and I never missed it. To me, it was appointment radio.
Okay.
And here is your free sample. Larry Lou Jack, WLS Chicago, back in the 70s.
WCFL in Chicago is 5:28. Time for the Larry Lou Jack Clunk Letter of the Day. Ta-da-da-da-da-dun. Today's letter is from Glenbard West High School in Glen Ellen, Illinois. Written unofficial, Glenbard West High School stationery, because it says John D. Sheehan is the principal. Hi, John. What's shaking? Letter is from a member of the senior class whose name is Dick Day, who writes, Dear Lair, comma, I am writing you on behalf of my senior English class. We are doing a project this semester that is called a mass media time capsule. This capsule will contain newspapers, magazines, books, records, and recordings that represent the late 60s and early 70s, 1972 in particular. We would like to have you make a statement about our times that we could put in our capsule so we could record it off the radio. So forth and so on. Thank you very much, Dick Day. Well, this is an exciting moment for me. This is a real honor. I have never been asked to do something for a time capsule before. See, they're probably going to bury this capsule, and then somebody in 100 years will dig it up and listen to the tape, and there will be me. That's kind of far out, isn't it? I have prepared a little something here. So you people from Glenbard West, turn on your tape recorder. I am really nervous. I hope I do good. I decided to put some background music in here so it would sound a little classier. Okay, turn your tape recorder on. Hit the music, hippie. Hello to whoever has opened this time capsule. This is a recording of radio station WCFL in Chicago, Illinois. I am Larry Lou Jack, the greatest disc jockey of our time or any other time. I agree. I am metaphysically predestined for eternal greatness according to the prophecy in Scripture. The date is November 10, 1972. Actor Richard Burton is 47 today. Nothing much has happened lately. Singer Diana Ross had a baby. Creedence Clearwater broke up. One of the Brookfield Porpoises died. And Ed Hanrahan says he's going to put up his storm windows this weekend. I'm going to the Jethro Tull concert tonight. The biggest story of the year thus far is that Glenbard West won the West Suburban High School Football Championship, not because they deserved it, not because they were good, but because they cheated and played dirty. That's why they won. And now, to whoever has opened this time capsule, I want you to take this tape Go stand high on a mountaintop, naked in the wind. Close your eyes and lose yourself in the ever-advancing stream of eternity. When you have become one with the universe, your body will become covered with polka dots. At that precise moment, this tape will self-destruct and blow up you, the mountain, and the entire world forever.
Chicago.
That's a great song.
Boy, I sure wish I could be there in 100 years when some clod digs that up and listens to that. 5:32. CFL.
That's funny.
He was so different from everybody else back in that time. It's still amusing to me, anyway. All right. Is anybody still listening to the show this afternoon?
Yeah, there's actually a bunch of people on YouTube too.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you haven't announced YouTube in a while during the show.
We're on YouTube. Happy Hour with Greg and Pamela. So go watch us because we are the future.
That's an ominous warning.
You know, we were talking about that the other day. It used to be if you were on TV, this is before cable and all that. And now everybody can have a channel. Everybody can have a podcast. That's why I laugh. Anytime somebody that gets canned from CNN or has talked their way off MSLSD, I'm starting a pod. Well, because nobody wants your ass. Because here's the truth. This is the truth. If you were that good or that important, a company would hire you and pay you a salary. So you wouldn't have to do what Tucker and Megyn Kelly and the rest of the circular firing squad on the conservative side are doing now to get clicks to make a living.
Well, I think they do it so they can say whatever they want.
Well, this is true too, but I like getting a paycheck. Call me old fashioned. Is that everybody else listening like paychecks too? I mean, anyway, I'm sure they're all doing very well, but I am so unimpressed. I could care less what any of them have to say anymore.
I know you feel that way.
I do. I subscribed when Tucker got canned. First of all, I was outraged. You know, what the hell is Fox thinking? This is their number one guy. He is Mr. Primetime for them. So what egregious sin did he commit to get let go by Fox? He's money in the bank. He's ratings. And we never really did find out. He must have broken one of their hidden policies or something. And so I subscribed to Tucker's podcast when it first started, and I was looking forward to daily missives on a particular topic because his take was always entertaining, well written. He could laugh. He was good. I don't know what he's doing now. I really don't know. To me, he's off the rails. And by that, I mean, not crazy, but he has, and I could be wrong, but he has forgotten what made him the best to begin with.
Well, maybe he doesn't care about that.
He's entitled to not care.
Yeah.
Why do I care? Because I canceled my Tucker subscription. I just got to I check it out. It come in the email every day. What is this?
I think this is one of those boomer emotional reactions.
On his part or mine?
Yours. He's evolved as a person. I think that he, isn't buying the whole Israel and United States relationship anymore. And that is a big no-no in politics and media. You got to be drinking out of that cup or you're not in the club.
DHS is rebutting an Ilhan Omar wild claim. What the hell did she say?
Oh, boy.
The sight of that woman makes me sick. And she's in our Congress. And she probably broke the law to get in here. How does that happen? How does that happen? Okay, everybody. It's 4:00 already.
I know.
Time flies when you're having fun. Bomb hours tonight. Strawberry shortcake on me. It's the best over there. I might even be able to arrange additional whipped cream.
Wow.
For those who like that.
Mhm.
I confess whipped cream can make so many things better.
Agreed.
Let me talk about Montgomery Men's Health. Montgomery Men's Health. It doesn't say sexual health, although that is, of course, the focus of their business, because for a man's health to be at peak, the testosterone level's got to be at a certain point. And in a very insidious way, sometimes that number can drop below what's considered healthy or normal. And all of a sudden, gaining weight or exercising, can't lose weight. Libido vanishes. Performance, gaining weight. They've helped, Montgomery Men's Health has helped a lot of guys lose weight because one of the missing components was a regular testosterone level. So they can adjust that. And for $99, you can get that number and see if that isn't the key to whatever issues you're dealing with. Lethargic days, you wake up and the day seems long before you've even put your foot over the side of the bed. This is the kind of stuff that Montgomery Men's Health can, and the proper T level can address, and they can fix it quickly. ED, PE, all those issues, low libido, whatever you're dealing with, this is the place to take that issue to an incredible staff of people and get help. 334-440-3663. It could be a phone call that really changes your life for the better in a whole variety of ways. Great staff there. 334-440-3663, or browse the website, montgomerymenshealth.com. You can make an appointment in under just a few minutes there. That is montgomerymenshealth.com. And yes, I am a very happy client.
Traffic is brought to you by Dillon Rings. Dillon Rings has great watches and beautiful rings. Or have Josh design a piece of jewelry for you. Shop Dillon Rings now at 119 Brown Springs Road. And check them out on Facebook.
The one and only Skipper back in the traffic dungeon. SRN News coming up in a few.
At the moment, looking good all over the area. We do have some busy spots right now. We're building on I-65 and 85 through the interchange. East-South Boulevard, narrow lane to Woodley, really busy in there. Vaughn Road and I-85 on East Boulevard. Seeing a lot of outbound traffic on all of our feeder roads out to Prattville, Troy, 331 to Crenshaw County. Keep it here. We'll update you if any accidents happen to slow you down. Come by Thompson Tractor and check out the incredible selection of used equipment. See the machines that get the big jobs done. Thompson Tractor off I-85 just past Taylor Road, ThompsonTractor.com. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
What does it mean for a nation to be successful? I'm Stephanie Bryan, Tribal Chair and CEO of the Porch Creek Indians. We believe a successful nation gives back. As we've built economic opportunity and prosperity, the Porch Creek Indians have been able to give back to our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. More than $37 million since 2021 alone. From education and healthcare to tornado relief, learn more about our charitable giving at porchcreekindians.org.
This is Johnny from Sinclair's on Vaughn Road. We've been in business almost 30 years.
Sinclair's East, Vaughn at Taylor.
I think if you hadn't tried us, you should give us a try. We've got a great menu, offered anything from chicken fingers, wings, salads, fajitas. At lunchtime, we do great country lunch with different vegetables and different meats every day.
Sinclair's, where you get great sandwiches and our daily meat and 3 special at lunch, to great pasta, chicken, steaks, and seafood for dinner.
Our most popular items are, we got a soup called she crab soup, which is extremely popular. We've got a bunch of pasta dishes, which people love. Mediterranean chicken is my favorite.
Sinclair's.
We do live music, light stuff on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then on Fridays and Saturdays, maybe 3-piece bands or 4-piece bands.
Come see why Sinclair's has seen lesser restaurants come and go over the years. Johnny Sullivan Sinclair's at the corner of Vaughn and Taylor. Find them on Facebook at Sinclair's East. Google search Sinclair's Restaurant. Sinclair's.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
Since 1993, Chad has been showing up, ready to help with whatever your home AC needs. His mission, to serve first. Chad takes the time to understand exactly what you're looking for, and if he can help, he'll walk you through the best options, sometimes even with 0% or low payment financing to make things easier. No more sweating over hot and cold spots, surprise $700 energy bills, or wondering if your unit will make it through another season. Call Chad today at 784-9144. That's 784-9144.
Call Dad. No, Ella. Ella, call Chad.
Want that ride that is fun, affordable, and street legal? Check out ETG Outdoors in Montgomery. They have huge discounts on electric golf carts with many brand new units under 10 grand. New and used inventory, financing available, and they service what they sell. ETG Outdoors even provides lithium battery conversions and free delivery with purchase. Whether it's for the neighborhood, the farm, or just fun, ETG Outdoors, 7006 Vaughn Road, or online at etgoutdoors.com. Cruise smarter, drive electric. ETG Outdoors, your ride to freedom starts here.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
It's January 14th, the greatest day ever. On the 14th of January, 1943, Franklin Delano Roosevelt became the first president to travel on official business by airplane. Before embarking on this historic first, he first had to remove his belt and shoes, place his car keys, wallet, and tablet, and any spare change into the bin, and throw away a tube of hair gel that was in a container bigger than 3.5 ounces. Have a great January 14th, the greatest day ever.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
At 410.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew at Washington. Not for sale. That's a message that the Danish and Greenlandic officials brought to their talks today with Vice President J.D. Vance here in Washington. Denmark's prime minister has warned that taking Greenland by force could end the NATO alliance, but President Trump continues to insist the U.S. needs to be able to control Greenland for security purposes. House Republicans preparing to hold former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in contempt of Congress. They've been refusing to testify before a House panel about the Jeffrey Epstein affair. Demonstrations continue against Iran's Islamic Republic, with judicial officials there threatening more trials and death penalties to quash all dissent. New NTSB findings show that the same type of part that broke on a UPS flight in Louisville, Kentucky last year had already failed 4 times before on 3 different aircraft. This is SRN News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
Welcome to the show.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, guys, let's make it happen.
Okay, let's roll.
Yes, let's go. All right, let's go.
Let's go, people. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
It's time to get this party started because we have a big show.
We're going to have a good show.
Welcome to the show. It's showtime.
So let's get going.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, here we go. Feel it in my soul. Really need it so good. You gotta need it. Only takes control. Really need it.
I got to put on my bikini and my flip-flops because this is the hottest show in the universe.
Let's go.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, here we go. Feel it in my soul. Really need it so good. You gotta need it. Only takes control. Really need it.
Come on, buddy. Get groovy. Get funky. Let's go.
And there's Ilhan Omar on TV in her babushka. Do you know what that is?
Babushka is a Russian grandmother.
Actually, that's busha.
Really?
Yes, babushka is the big scarf that they tie around their heads in the wintertime
Oh.
for a little warmth. Saw them all the time in Chicago growing up there because we had a lot of not only Russians, but huge Polish population. In fact, more Polish in Chicago in my time there than there were in Warsaw.
Wow.
Lithuanians, the babushkas. And they were the women that, back then there were quite a few corner grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
May not be as cheap as the national chains, but the Bushes and the Chapababaskas would have those, you could fold them out. They were wheel shopping carts that they could pull with them.
Yeah.
And they would go to the store and get what they needed, put it in and walk it home.
Mm-hmm.
Or take it on the bus. Most people only had one car then. Can you imagine a world with that kind of deprivation today?
I had to do that when I lived in Boston and didn't have a car.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd that work? Well, Boston has...
It was in the winter too.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
State of Florida took away my car or my driving privilege, and I had it coming. And I knew I was turning the corner when I willingly walked out there and waited in a shirt and tie in 95-degree heat to either go to a job or look for a better one. That's when you really appreciate it,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Jacob Fry. Holy, what is Fox trying to do? Have a massive vomit cross country looking at these creeps, these people? Defunding ICE, threatening a shutdown. We saw the poll yesterday. I think it was on Fox. 57% of people don't like the way ICE is going about their business. That's astonishing to me. They're doing what they've always done. It's just that now, because it's getting rid of people that are basically future Democratic voters, if not voting illegally now, they don't want that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is going to win the midterms for them. I don't think this,
No,
because
I don't think so.
we're living in an era where a lot of people will say what they think people want to hear, or will make them seem like I'm nice because I'm anti-ICE or something. Again, they're going in there for people who have already committed major crimes: trafficking kids, murder, armed robbery, stealing our tax dollars in gigantic amounts from the government. Why? Because they know they can get away with it. And yet, no, we don't want that. I don't like that. That's the Gestapo. Oh my God. We are lost. You know what? I don't know that I could stay in this job if we lose the midterms, because that will indicate to me an America that has gotten helplessly
Beyond help.
stupid.
Mhm.
Yeah. And this shows these stupid networks. We may put them down. Somebody's watching them. ABC and NBC and CBS. They're all liars. They're all, in some way or another, I think, underwritten by money from the left. And they're just nothing more than, well, I've said this before, our national news director is Barack Hussein Obama. Because all of this, every bit of this today, he was praised because he used ICE to get rid of 3 million people. But that's because it was him.
You have that clip to play. You didn't play.
Oh, the CNN?
Did you get rid of it?
No. Well, I have one here. Influencer faces backlash after openly embracing racism on the air.
Who was that?
I don't know. Let me take the CNN clip. Yeah, we could. It's 4:17.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get a traffic and Rich's weather in, and then we'll do that.
Okay.
I have messaged our friend Jacqueline Tomlinson to grace us with a phone call at some point this afternoon.
Yeah.
And we can always hit the crap pile today.
Yeah, let's do the pile.
This is it, by the way, so you can see if you're watching us on YouTube. This is the accumulation of things that I set aside that I think, hey, we might spend a minute or two with this on the air.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a pile that just grows and grows, and every once in a while we just go through it and see what we missed.
Yeah,
Because the news is pissing me off today.
I know.
There's Jim Jordan. I remember when I thought he was a future president.
Yeah.
Anyway, Delka Tomlinson, attorneys at law. January is, sadly, divorce month. And if you yourself or you know somebody who is headed in that direction, recommend a consultation with Dana Delk and Jacqueline Tomlinson to make sure that they go through the process, not only with legal expertise and the passion of advocacy, but with that, we got this, the partnership. It's not just attorney-client. It's a true partnership because they understand that whether it's a change that needs to take place or you have doubts, whatever the situation is, you need that level of support, people who can, okay, here's where we're at today based on the information provided. This is where you want to be, and here's how we're going to get there. And always doing it with point-blank honesty, because that's really what you need. Duncan Tomlinson also help with all matters of family law, including the writing of wills. If you're struggling through an adoption process, or perhaps somebody from the past, you've already had an agreement in place, and they said, I don't like this agreement anymore, so I want to change it. And one day you answer the door and somebody is serving you papers. These are the kinds of moments in life that can totally undo you. Don't let that happen. Reach out for the best help available at 819-4810, 819-4810, or online at the AlabamaFamilyLawyers.com for Delk and Tomlinson, attorneys at law.
The representation is made that the quality of legal services performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
All right, we'll check some of this stuff out, but first we've got Skipper with traffic. Rich's forecast.
Well, after all the accidents we had this morning, we are doing really well this afternoon. Kudos to everybody out there. Light to moderate traffic. It is really building everywhere, but we are not really hearing of any real issues anywhere that are going to slow you down other than that building heavy afternoon traffic. Please be safe out there. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka chiming in with all clears. We will keep you updated. Invisible Fence has both indoor and outdoor systems to keep your pet safe and in designated areas. Call Vicki at Invisible Fence. She's got all the information and details. 265-2585. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? Did you know there's a good chance it's just hormones? Hi, I'm Evan Bass, founder of Montgomery Men's Health, and I started this clinic to take care of men. If your testosterone is low, then motivation, energy, and drive often follow too. And keeping resolutions can feel like walking through mud. Even more so as we age, these things tend to get worse if untreated. Guys, you're not alone. Your urologist-led support team at Montgomery Men's Health has your back. For years, we've effectively treated ED and low T comprehensively and with proven treatments dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate team, and by this afternoon, you'll leave with a plan that's designed to be sustainable for life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Are you getting ready to put your home up for sale? Remember the 6 Ps. Prepare your home by deep cleaning, painting where needed, yard work, decluttering the inside. Present your home to the market through the experienced realtor who knows how to market the home and get it sold. Price the home at fair market value of what the home should bring in today's market. Your realtor can guide you in pricing the home to sell, not sit. Pay for part of the closing cost and provide a 1-year warranty. Buyers today don't have the down payment and all the cost of buying a home without some help. Prepare to look at offers from the marketplace and accept the best offer for your needs. And 6, place your trust in experienced professionals, including your realtor, closing attorney, and mortgage company. For all the details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883. And remember, we are now hiring agents, both new and experienced. Call me today for an interview. Bo Goodson, 221-2883.
Need some extra cash? Gold and silver are at an all-time high. Turn your old coins, currency, or gold and silver into money at Trademark Coins and Currency. the only coin shop in the River Region with over 40 years of experience. Veteran owned and operated, and proudly serving Montgomery from their location off Vaughn Road. Trademark Coins and Currency is always buying. And free appraisals means there's no pressure, just real value. Make an appointment today. Learn more at trademarkcoinsandcurrency.com. Trademark Coins and Currency. Experience you can count on.
Kick off 2026 with a money-saving deal at the River Region's top pizza buffet. Pizza Perfect. In January, get $5 off any large pizza. No matter how many toppings, you'll save $5. Pizza Perfect's buffet includes pizza as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. In January, get $5 off any large pizza at Pizza Perfect, Coliseum Boulevard in Eastbrook, available for carryout and delivery.
This is James Cole with Cole Plumbing, and I want to thank Blue Water Broadcasting. I have been advertising with them for several years, and they have brought me quality business. I really appreciate them.
Blue Water Broadcasting is the #1 most listened to radio group in the River Region. Find out how to put this reach to work for your business. Call us to find out how we can help. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Get ready for a cold night tonight. The risk of showers into the evening hours before ending. Then windy, much colder. Overnight low temperature down to about 27. But northwest winds gusting as high as 25 miles per hour will bring the wind chill down to the teens by morning. Thursday, a very cold winter's day with a high temperature only up to about 41 tomorrow, but wind chills in the 20s and 30s all day long. Dress in layers. Coldest night will actually be Thursday night with a low temperature 19 to 21 by dawn on Friday morning. Friday high around 56, low 50s on Saturday, and then another cold night, 27th Saturday night, and Sunday's high temperature barely up to about 44, another Arctic surge. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
I don't take no crap from anybody else but you. I wear the pants around here when I finish with your laundry. Because I'm a guy you don't want to fight. When I say jump, you say yeah, right. I'm the man of this house when you get home.
He's the man. He's the man.
What I say goes around here, right out the window. And I don't want to hear a lot of whining, so I'll shut up. The sooner you learn who's boss around here, the sooner you can give me my orders here. Because I'm head honcho around here, but it's all in my head.
He's the man. He's the man.
And I can have sex anytime that you want. Because I'm a man who has needs, but they're not that important. And don't expect any flowers from me, because if I'm not mistaken, you prefer jewelry. I'm the king of my castle when you're not around.
He's the man. He's the man.
And I'll drink and watch sports whenever I want to get in trouble. And I'll come home when I'm good and ready to sleep on the couch. Because a man's got to do what a man's got to do, and I'm going to do what you tell me to, because I'm top dog around here, but I've been neutered.
He's the man. You the man.
I played that entire song just for the last 3 words. You the man.
Mm-hmm.
We all need that reassurance from time to time. It is 4:27. Is that who I think it is?
It is.
I asked and I have received a phone call, and you'll never guess.
Jay Quellen.
Yeah.
It's Jay Quellen at?
On the phone right now.
Hi.
Hi.
What's going on?
I'm hurt.
Why?
Well, not really hurt. I'm
Like butthurt or physically hurt?
butthurt.
Oh, what happened?
Well, nothing specific. I'm just struggling. Well, not struggling. By the way, we're having a what? It's a good thing this isn't. It's a good thing this isn't like a first date phone call.
I know. She's like,
she would have been. Excuse me, I have laundry to finish.
I'm washing my hair.
I don't know. I just wanted to talk to you.
Why? Why me? What did I do?
Well, first of all, you are my attorney,
I am.
and
To be fair, I'm Pamela's attorney too.
True.
well, and I just wanted to.
I just wanted to hear your voice.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear your voice, Greg. It's been a long day.
I hate the news. I can't stand looking at the news. But
Well,
that's
I
my
hate to
job.
ask, but
I know.
What's going on today? I've been busy all day. I was in a mediation all day.
It's just the same old
And-
thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Oh,
Different day.
nothing
Ilan
fun
Omar, ice is bad, and blah, blah, blah. It's
Have we
just
conquered Greenland yet? Like, do we own that yet?
No.
somebody
It's a
said
matter
Okay.
of time.
it would
How
cost
exciting.
51st state. I mean,
How exciting will that be? Girls trip.
Ah,
and of course,
it's too cold.
the ADD media and their hatred of Donald Trump, he's at least aiming them in a different direction every day. They go, well, we hate this, and we can't have Greenland as our 51st state. Why can't we pick a better place like, Puerto Rico so we can have 3 million new Democrats? Because that's really what that's
Or
all about.
Somalia.
And we have a really ignorant Supreme Court justice named Ketanji Brown Jackson. Cisgender girls can play consistent with their gender identity. No, no, men and women are different. Males and females are different. God.
I did listen to that entire grueling oral arguments yesterday in both cases.
What was your take?
With all due respect to my Supreme Court justices, that I have a lot of respect for, the bench, but it just sounded like they were pissed off at everybody. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't matter. Like, it's like they didn't want to be there. They didn't want to hear it. They were like super litigious and argumentative, like adversarial. And I was kind of like, not only is it terrifying to think about oral arguments in front of the Supreme Court, but like they were just cantankerous, all of them.
Well, here's the thing. Suppose in the flower of your youth, your goal is to become a Supreme Court judge because you envision the real issues that you will have to tackle. Instead, you're sitting there listening to people who don't know the difference between a man and a woman, that there in fact are differences between men and women, and sex is not something that can be declared.
Mm-hmm. Well, kid, they won't define it. It's one of those things, like it's the old pornography argument. I can't define it, but you know it when you see it. It's the same thing like yesterday when they asked them, well, I need you to define what this is. Like, you cannot legislate and regulate and make laws that confine it without regulating what it is. So tell me, what is that? And they couldn't articulate that. And I think that's part of the problem is you can't get from A to B unless you can define what sex is. Is it
Couldn't
male
or
and
wouldn't?
female?
What is sex?
Wouldn't.
Wouldn't. Right. They could because you can.
They choose not to. Yeah,
They
it's male
choose
and
not
female.
to.
It is completely 100% science-based. There is no room for interpretation.
No.
And that's the problem. It's a very black and white, I hate to say it, male or female issue. Either you have the chromosome or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's a ding or
biology.
a dong. It's not both.
It is a ding or a dong. There's no, you can't have both. But I mean, it's frustrating. But you know, Greg, in the legal world, we argue over nonsense all the time. That's why we have a job. I mean, I was telling my clients today, I did an 8.5-hour mediation over a carved brown bear from Gatlinburg that a couple got on their honeymoon.
Oh.
And they were getting a divorce like 20 years later. Who cares about the bear that you got on your honeymoon? Burn it for all I care. But we argued for like 8 hours over that thing.
Over a brown bear.
Because they both wanted it?
one of those damn, everybody knows what I'm talking about. Those damn bears that they whittle out of wood when you go to the Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they both wanted it. And I'm like, why do you want, for the amount of money you're paying me to sit here, you could buy a whole farm of bears.
Yeah.
Right. It's lost
You're paying
its
me
sentimental
$200
value
an
from your
hour.
honeymoon when you're getting divorced. You would think.
Listen, if you asked me, Jacqueline, what trinket, what souvenir did you get on your honeymoon? I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. Who cares?
No.
I'm not
You
gonna
handled
fight
my
for 8
divorce.
hours in a mediation about it.
And I finally, I'm at a turning point here because I've got too much stuff. I think almost anybody listening could say the same thing. I've got too much stuff. I'm hanging out of this because it connects me to this memory or this child or that relationship. And I finally went to a standard I've talked about on the air a number of times. If my house was on fire and I had time to run in and save one or two things, what would they
you're
be?
saving right now without you even telling. You're saving the tree.
The tree with the memory tree and a little pencil holder that my daughter made for me when she was 4.
So everything else is
Right, that's
whatever.
Because those can't be replaced.
Have you heard the poop theory?
If it was covered in poop.
If it was covered in poop, would you throw it away or would you try to save it?
That's you know what? I love that.
And if you wouldn't try to save it or you wouldn't replace it, then you throw it away or you donate it. Like I'm at that stage in my perimenopausal, life where I will like rage organize and just like, if I don't need it, gone. My kids are lucky to be here because like I over Christmas break went through like a rage organizing. I'm still on it where they're lucky I didn't throw them out with the bathwater. I'm like, let's go.
So if they were covered in poop, you'd give them a shower.
But here's the thing. You live in the house you have, right? My mom always taught me that. If you have a big closet, you fill it.
Right.
If you have a small closet, you stay within it.
See, but I moved into a bigger house and I left so much stuff behind to just go in a dumpster. And that felt so good. Especially after a divorce when you're leaving an old life behind.
Yeah.
Leave all that crap.
Like leave it. If you're not taking it into the future with you, then why do you need it?
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't. Everything is figure outable and everything is replaceable. But the memory tree and the pencil holder are not. Like I have a few items of mine that like are in my home that like I care about. Everything else, I could care less. It's replaceable. It's fixable. I can tell you I'm going to grab this damn stocking I'm working on, Pamela, because I've been working on it for 5 weeks. Like these stockings are coming with me. You're going to have to rip them from my cold dead hand. But no, you're right. We have too much. But it also causes a level of angst and anxiety and stress that you don't need in your life. Get rid of the clutter.
There is something to be said about that because now the house me and Cameron live in, it's a lot more, everything is more purposeful. Like there's not clutter anywhere. In fact, I joke because it looks like we moved in, but we don't live there. But it feels so much better to go home to a house like that.
I love that. I think that makes life so much more manageable. Like I've started a reset on Sundays where all of the laundry is put away. The kids' stuff is ready to go and like rooms are cleaned up and it starts my week off better. Just being organized and tidy.
I do need to use my Sundays to clean more consistently, like a deep clean. I've heard that's a Southern woman thing I need to start doing.
Just for you will probably have this with your kids, Jacqueline, but going back many years when my daughter was trying to teach me how to be hip and what looked good, she was in charge of picking out my colognes.
Yes.
And I've saved every bottle she's ever given me after it's empty.
That's ridiculous.
Well, they're gone.
You are
good.
You.
Yeah.
That is hoarder behavior.
But there's a sentimentality because that was for my birthday. That was for
past sentimental.
Okay, it's mental
Okay,
illness.
I will say this. To be fair, I too suffer from this mental illness. My mom has bought. I've worn the same perfume since I was 14. I have kept every bottle that my mom has given me.
Oh.
But they're refillable, and I refill them.
Oh.
Well, that's different.
They're just, but I'm saying like I have like 7 of them, and they're all like filled. But they have sentimental value, but I can't refill them. You, Greg, are just ridiculous.
See, I need somebody that can tell me that.
Yeah.
Who I know cares for me and can give me some leadership.
It's
This is
coming
legal
from a
leadership.
place of love.
Yes, absolutely.
I will say this: if it comes from Janelle and it has a sentimental value, then get a plastic bin and keep all of your sentimental stuff safe. That means something to you.
Or a chest.
If it did not
It
come
is,
from
it's-
Janelle.
No,
Yeah.
it's packed in bubble wrap now. All those things that
There you go.
I determined this, I can't let go. The cologne bottles.
I have a box of SHIT, that I keep that nobody else cares about but me.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
But keep it safe, but don't keep it out on your counter.
Right.
Good advice. Good advice. Tomorrow we'll discuss clothing and how to get rid of that.
Oh.
All I know is
Come
I
over to my house.
I had a suit I dropped off at Goodwill, among many other things, that I've had since 1990. And the only reason I had it is because Janelle and her mom were with me when I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a remote broadcast. I said, hey, this is nice. I'll take this. It would fit like a skin graft today.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to keep it other than sentimentality.
Yeah.
So I just took a picture of the inside label and, hey, remember this? It's off to Goodwill and somebody's going to look good.
Yeah.
But you guys were there and I wanted to let it go with your involvement.
Yeah, I mean, take a picture of things, or if
Mhm.
that means so much to keep it. I have my aunt's members only jacket.
I love that.
It sits in my closet. I never wear it, but like my aunt gave it to me before she passed away as like a joke, and I'll never get rid of that. And yeah, it's collecting dust in my closet, but it means something to me when I see it.
Would it not fit you? I would wear that.
I mean, like I've worn it a couple times, but I get scared something's going to happen to it. Like knowing me,
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for the
So,
help.
but
This has been very cathartic.
You're welcome. I'm always here to help you get rid of your junk.
Are you coming to the Baumhauers tonight? It's okay
no,
to
I'm
say
at
no.
home with my
Oh,
kid. But if anybody wants to bring some Baumhauers to the 36093, like, you can text me and I'll tell you where I live. You can bring it to me.
I so appreciate you
don't.
calling in and joining us. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Absolutely, guys. Have a good night.
I couldn't do it without you. It is 4:40. She is so good at that kind of stuff. I never heard the poop theory before either,
I know.
but it makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we are at 4:40 here, and our show brought to you by Invista Advisors at 5:15. Brent's going to join us, talk about today's money news. An interesting mix of numbers came out today. We'll get his take on that. And if you are interested in establishing some kind of a investment for this year, for the future, short-term, long-term, I urge you to call 387-0094. Make that appointment with Brant. Meet his incredible team of bright people at Invista Advisors and sit down, ask questions. No obligation. Nobody's going to high pressure you. They don't work that way. The people that are clients of Invista Advisors are there because they choose to be. And it's a smart choice. 387-0094.
Traffic is brought to you by Baumhauers. Start 2025 off with legendary buffalo wings from Baumhauers Victory Grill. Baumhauers has great food, service, and fun. See you at Baumhauers Victory Grill.
At 441, here's Skipper.
Well, we have several little minor accidents around Montgomery now. None of these are really causing any issues for folks that are trying to get out of Montgomery or get home. The boulevards are busy, east and east-south, and we're seeing a lot of cars on 231 to Wetumpka, Troy Highway, 331 light to moderate, as well as Highway 80 and 31 to Prattville. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka giving us all clears at the moment, but busy building traffic. We'll keep you updated. Lowest tax rates in Alabama are at McKenna Nissan. Plus, they've got 0% financing up to 60 months on 2025 Muranos and 2026 Rogues. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 on 565 in Clanton. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
1819 News.
State Senator Arthur Orr has filed a bill for state lawmakers to consider as the Alabama legislative session for 2026 gets underway this week. The bill from Orr prohibits the use of credit card donations to political campaigns if the credit card has a foreign billing address. This prohibition would apply to candidate campaigns, political action committees, or even political parties, and would primarily address online campaign donations that are made through credit cards. That credit card must be verified as coming from within the U.S. or a U.S. citizen who is living outside of the country. Orr says that his bill seeks to prevent nefarious contributions from foreign entities. He says it puts some guardrails on this whole process. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Where I was living was not a great place to live anymore. I began to pray for a place to go, praying for all of these things that a 9-year-old would want. I wanted horses, big house with a bunch of people my age. I wanted parents. I wanted a mom and a dad. Before I even prayed it, the Lord had already answered my prayer with the Big Oak Ranch. Who would that 9-year-old be if she never came to the Big Oak Ranch? I would be trying to fight for survival instead of fighting to break a cycle.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
A Gadsden man has been sentenced to life in prison for the death of his 3-month-old son. 28-year-old Bobby Honeycutt was sentenced by a Cherokee County judge this past Monday. Honeycutt's son was taken to a medical center in May of 2024, where the baby exhibited symptoms of being shaken violently. The baby died even after life-saving efforts were made. Governor Ivey has issued a community development block grant worth $17 million that will be distributed to 44 communities here in Alabama. The money will be used to address issues like water and sewer upgrades, road resurfacing, and blight removal. I'm Andrea Tyson.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
The employees of Adams Drugs would like to thank you for trusting us with your health care in 2025. We look forward to serving you and your family in 2026. You will continue to enjoy the same services such as immunizations, compounding, medication therapy management, delivery service, and wellness clinics, to name a few. Looking for that perfect gift for a loved one? Visit our Emily B. gift shop and find everything from Tyler candles to scout bags. Gift wrapping is available. If you have not visited Adams Drugs and experienced the award-winning customer service, we ask you to consider us for your prescription care in 2026. We have 12 convenient locations to serve you in the River Region. 8 in Montgomery, 1 in Wetumpka, Prattville, Millbrook, and Pine Level, Marbury. Please find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bell's cleaning service get your home in order. Families in the River Region trust Southern Bell's because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and specialize in full-service, residential, commercial, vacant properties, and construction cleanup. Estimates are always free. Call Southern Bells today at 546-0715 or follow them on Facebook at Southern Bells Cleaning River Region.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway.
Get ready for a cold night tonight. The risk of showers into the evening hours before ending. Then windy, much colder. Overnight low temperature down to about 27. But northwest winds gusting as high as 25 miles per hour will bring the wind chill down to the teens by morning. Thursday, a very cold winter's day with a high temperature only up to about 41 tomorrow. But wind chills in the 20s and 30s all day long. Dress in layers. Coldest night will actually be Thursday night with a low temperature 19 to 21 by dawn on Friday morning. Friday's high around 56, low 50s on Saturday, and then another cold night, 27 Saturday night, and Sunday's high temperature barely up to about 44, another Arctic surge. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The holidays may be over, but the bills don't have to weigh you down. Let ASE Credit Union help lighten your financial load with our special post-holiday loan options. Visit us online at yourasecu.com or stop by one of our branches to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
I hope Jacqueline is still listening.
And now, Dad Joke Thief.
I made a paper airplane, but it just hovered in one spot like a helicopter.
Oh, I wonder why.
I think it's because I used stationery.
Join us again for another Dad Joke Theater.
That was funny. Thank you, Larry King from Beyond the Grave. I'm trying to play this. Oh, it did queue up. Okay. Earlier we mentioned, how CNN changes its tunes. It just depends on whether the president is somebody they approve or not. That's it. That's the only rule.
Absolutely.
Because they praised Barack Hussein Obama and ICE for getting people out of the country that didn't belong. Whoa! Anyway, somebody came across this long ago clip from CNN just to illustrate how forking hypocritical they are. Beyond my ability to quantify it. Why don't we give this a listen?
Hit share.
You know what? I was going to do that. I really was going to hit share so everybody that's watching us on the YouTubes could see this masterpiece of news.
Watching Minneapolis, and we have some new information. Department of Homeland Security sources telling Fox News the ICE agent who was hit by Renee Nicole Good's car suffered internal bleeding in his torso. That is the same Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent who was seriously wounded last June when he was dragged by a car during a attempted arrest. Yeah, a car rammed him and then dragged him. And by the way, there was street camera footage of some of that. The CBS local station, WCCO, covered that story last June extensively. We'll keep you posted on the situation as we get new information. Meanwhile, there's this. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry, you know him, he cusses a lot, joined Fox and Friends this morning and said he stands by his original comment saying that ICE should get out of his city.
In hindsight, Mr. Mayor, was that the appropriate response?
Do I want to listen to this twerp?
No.
No. He looks like he just came off a 3-day hookah party.
There is something so about him.
Look what's happening. All of a sudden, Gavin Newsom doesn't like the wealth tax in California because this is it. And there's a lot of billionaires that underwrite the left. But when it's their money that's being threatened, as it is in California with the wealth tax.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Yeah. And now Newsom is suddenly realizing this incredible welfare state he's created out there, underwriting and for non-citizens. They're the biggest drain on the budget. See, you elect a governor, you elect a mayor, a local official to, with the understanding, I'm a citizen in this city, in this state, or this country, and you're going to do what you can to make my life better, to protect me, etc. Not there.
Nope.
It's unbelievable. But this time he's pushed the envelope a little bit too far, and now it's starting to backfire. He's suddenly singing a different tune. I'm against the wealth tax. Because as of today, over $1 trillion, $1 trillion in wealth has already left California.
Wow. Yeah.
How's that tax base out there doing? That's a good, in California, I'll never forget, this is what the left does. Because if you're a conservative, they will excoriate you for a statement like the one golfer Pete Mickelson said. So,
Phil?
Who?
Phil Mickelson?
Whatever. Phil, Pete, it starts with a P. This is many years ago, actually, because it was during Obama's term. Because he was on, whoa, everybody pay the fair share. And he said, you know what? The tax out here in California, it's 53%. And stop. And the media went after him like piranhas on a fresh piece of meat.
Mm.
You are, if they had to include white privilege and all the rest, they're going to decide, A, how much money you should have, and B, whether you should have it at all. That's what they do.
Mm.
Meantime, all the stupid liberals who send in huge checks to BLM, not even knowing what it was going to be used for. Usually when you send a check somewhere, if it's charitable, you're assuming it's going to be used for something specific, whatever it is. But with BLM, that wasn't the case. And this huge cash jackpot developed was like a big lottery ticket. That's how it got used. Those who could get access to it bought giant houses, and mansions, and it made a few lives better, theirs primarily, and nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
This just goes on, and I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it. So, an Obama-era CNN segment that praised ICE for their courageous work. Suddenly, now they're the Gestapo because Donald Trump is president. That's how it works. Does everybody understand this now? It's not that complicated. During the break, a story came out that Macy's is going to close 14 stores.
Wow.
That suit I was talking about, I checked to see if that store was closing so I could have another emotional meltdown. It's not. That store will still be open.
Oh, good.
Former NFL star's wife takes on Democrat in Trump flip district as GOP targets seat. Now that we know that there were 300,000 illegitimate votes, both of those senators in Georgia, I believe, got in on fraud.
Mm-hmm.
They should be gone. And, it looks like J.D. Vance fact-checked an ABC journalist, we use that term very loosely with them,
very loosely,
for claiming that Obama peacefully deported immigrants. You see, because it was Barack Obama. He was so magical. And he had the ICE agents go to people who had committed a murder or some other felony, maybe traffic kids or rape somebody, and said, we're very nicely going to ask you to leave now. And of course, because it was Barack Obama, they dropped what they were doing and said, how do I get my ticket out of here? Because you are the magic man. This Trump guy, man, they treat you like you're a criminal, even if you are a criminal, which I think is how you should be treated.
It's spoiled kids reacting to a disciplinarian parent.
You are so right about that.
That's all it is. Kids who have had no discipline. And finally, they meet somebody who's going to hold them accountable and they lose it.
Our boss here at Blue Water, Rick Peters, known him the better part of my life. He is the king of second chances. He is the king of understanding, accommodating, and helping people. But he can be tough. And sometimes he'll give you a directive, and it may not be what you want to hear, and it may not be said to you the way you want to hear it, but he's the boss. And there's a reason why bosses, most of them anyway, get to be bosses, because they have that ability when you have to tell an employee to correct a mistake or do something a little bit differently. This is not being done the way I need it done.
Right.
So maybe sometimes that happens without a greeting card and a gift. You're just told what you need to be told.
I don't think the delivery has to always be sweet. I think to expect that is ridiculous.
But this is something that society has kind of created.
Absolutely.
And you're right. Every time I turn on the TV, Donald Trump is working.
Yeah.
He's up early in the morning. He's always talking to the press. He's not running from anybody all day long. He's answering questions. or doing something or looking out for whatever the next best thing you can do for the country is. Joe Biden spent half his presidency sitting on the beach in Delaware. The media never once made an issue out of that because everything was so good. Inflation was 20%. There were a few things going on that, this just somehow has to stop. We always hear about how low CNN's ratings are, MSLSD. But when I see a poll that says 57% of people have a problem with the way ICE goes about their business, you put on a uniform and go after somebody that you've been told has either murdered somebody, violently assaulted somebody, raped somebody. How do you approach that? What would be your recommendation? No, I don't like that. So that number sickened me today. So I think people who just cannot handle a strong boss or a tough boss are people that don't like Donald Trump because he's going to do what he thinks is best for the country. And he can be a bull in a china shop, but you know what? I think he's looking out for us.
Yeah. Well, and that's what a parent who's a good discipliner does. They're ultimately trying to create and mold a child who's going to be productive and responsible and just
that's the idea.
An achiever.
Because one day they'll have to sink or swim on their own.
Yeah.
And that's an important lesson to learn without question. It's good. I think Rich has proclaimed tomorrow is the coldest day of the season.
It sure looks like it.
Again, these are the kinds of days like tomorrow or days in June or July where, you can hear your skin sizzling. Those are the days when the systems that keep us comfortable tend to fail. Now, if you're a Clark's Club member and there's a problem, they are available to come and address it immediately if you're a member. But keep in mind that $180 annual fee for 2 tune-ups to that system that does keep your family comfortable. They come out there to look for the things that can break or cause problems and make sure they're good to go. You get a discount on parts and labor if a repair is suggested. Their plumbers are second to nobody. And most plumbing problems, when those occur, you can't wait till Tuesday. You got to know, I need to hear now. And that's part of the guarantee of a Clark's Club membership. Immediate service now. If you're looking to replace your current AC or heating system, Clark's is offering 0% financing for qualified customers on some of the best lines in the business. I bought my last system from them. They installed it. They do the warranty work, and it's amazing. It's paid for itself in savings. The new systems are so quiet, yet incredibly energy efficient. But when you push the button to make it a little bit cooler, you get an immediate result. So for the best in heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and some amazingly talented people, call Clark's 277-2125 or visit clarkcomfort.com. Alabama certification number 09098.
Traffic is brought to you by Chad's AC Direct.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
Call Chad's AC Direct today for the best option with your heating and air.
Skipper's got traffic, Wall Street business, Salem Radio Network News all ahead.
We have a lot of folks out on the roads right now, everywhere. The interstates, boulevards, people are streaming out of Montgomery. And we have no accidents that we're aware of at the moment. Nothing that's going to slow you down. Prattville Millbrook with Tucker reporting pretty much the same thing. Keep it up. Be safe out there. We will keep you updated. When it comes to the big jobs, check out the new Cat Next Generation track loaders at Thompson Tractor. Bigger cab, more torque, more power, and great financing is available. ThompsonTractor.com. They're off I-85 just past Taylor Road. Buckle up with Little J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew.
The slump in the U.S. housing market has dragged into a fourth year.
As sales remain stuck at a 30-year low, with rising home prices and elevated mortgage rates keeping many prospective home shoppers shut out of the market. The National Association of Realtors says that sales of previously occupied homes were flat in comparison with 2024, when sales sank to the lowest level since 1995. The median national home price for all of last year rose 1.7%. Sales have been stuck around a 4 million annual pace now going back to 2023. That's well short of the 5.2 million annual pace that's historically been the norm. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
It was slow going today on Wall Street at the closing bell. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was off 85 points. The Nasdaq was down 284. The S&P 500 lost 40. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew.
I'm Stephanie Bryan, chairwoman of the Porch Creek Indians. Tourism and hospitality are more than industries to the Porch Creek Indians. Providing a warm welcome is part of our heritage. It's central to who we are. From Atmore to Aruba, we've created more than 20 unique travel and tourism destinations, providing unforgettable guest experiences and life-changing career opportunities for our tribe and our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. Learn more at porchcreekindians.org.
Attention River Region business owners. Local counties are now inspecting and enforcing backflow prevention requirements. Headley Plumbing is fully certified to install, repair, and test backflow preventers, helping you stay compliant and avoid costly violations. We've been serving the River Region for decades with dependable professional service you can trust. No membership, no contract, just fair, reliable service. Call Headley Plumbing at 285-3667 or visit headleyplumbing.com. In our business, a flush beats a full house.
Headley Metal Buildings has been your source for quality metal buildings in the River Region since 2007. Carports up to 24 feet wide, RV covers, storage buildings, even a sturdy metal barn up to 54 feet wide. Your structure can be customized, installed on level ground, and comes with a 20-year warranty. Let Headley Metal Buildings help you find the perfect solution. Financing available. Call 285-3667 for details or find Headley Metal Buildings on Facebook.
When it's time to replace an old window or door, you want expert craftsmanship and proven experience. You want Davis Door & Sash. Right now, take advantage of our limited time promotion. 10% off materials on new energy-efficient doors and windows. Voted best in the River Region for windows and installation in 2024 and 25. Davis Door & Sash would love to work for you. Call 334-288-6010 or visit davisdoorandsashalabama.com. Davis Door & Sash, the perfect fit for your home.
At AMS Studios, indulge in the ultimate spa experience at the River Region's premier destination for relaxation and rejuvenation. From advanced skincare like IPL and laser hair removal to body treatments like Evolve, beauty enhancements, and therapeutic massage, our expert team is dedicated to helping you look and feel your best. Explore our full range of services on our website, amsstudiosmedspa.com, and find us on Facebook at AMS Studios.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
And now, a star is born. On January 14th, 1915, the world welcomed little baby Mark Goodson. When the Family Feud and Price is Right creator was born, his mother asked, "Is it a girl?" "Sorry, Mom. Survey says it's a boy." Mark Goodson, A Star is Born.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
506.
With us are the news. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. A top Danish official says a fundamental disagreement over Greenland remains with President Trump after talks in Washington with Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. The two sides did agree to create a working group to discuss ways to work through differences as Trump continues to call for a U.S. takeover. The State Department says it will suspend the processing of immigrant visas for citizens of 75 countries whose nationals are deemed likely to require public assistance while living in the United States. The department said it had instructed consular offices to halt immigrant visa applications from the countries affected. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 42 points. More details at srnnews.com.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
I sure hate Hollywood. Oh yes, they do things that I wish I could. Overpaid actors making too much green on that silver screen, and mostly party like a Lindsay and Charlie Sheen. I sure hate Hollywood. I guess I'm jealous cause their life's too good. Compare my life to them, I'm just a plumber. It's such a bummer. My Oscar's a wiener I cook. I sure hate Hollywood.
And welcome back. Brett McDonald joining us in just a couple of minutes. It's 5:10. I do have time. I would like to play this clip, which I'm getting ready to share, Pamela.
Okay.
It'll take me a second because I'd actually forgotten to set it up. I had something else. That CNN clip from Obama praising the courageous people of ICE, that whole thing is 7 minutes long, and I don't want to wade through that. But there was a funny moment today on the Katie Miller show with RFK Jr. about the president. Listen to this.
He's got his incredible health. Dr. Oz looked at his medical records and said he's got the highest testosterone level that he's ever seen for an individual over 70 years old. I know the president will be happy that I repeat that.
I mean, and how he operates. That's not a low T man.
No. I
You
almost feel
can
like
tell.
calling up the president saying, "Here, hold my beer." Well, I don't drink beer, but
Right.
let's have a contest, you know. Montgomery Men's Health, 334-440-3663. Look at the energy the man has.
That
Day
yes.
after day after day. And on his day off, he's playing golf. He's active.
And he's not moody.
No.
Like, he is a level dude.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can tell. He's not low T. He's no limp-wristed little weakling.
Oh, companies sue for tariff refund if court rules against Trump. Did you notice that inflation has come to a grinding halt? I thought tariffs were going to drive those through the roof. The Supreme Court, I will be so disappointed if they rule against it. What the hell do we need a president for if the Democrats are going to go to Democratic judges and stop every damn thing the man does? And the gutless Republicans, they never did it. In fact, I'll reach across the aisle and help Mr. Obama or Mr. Biden. Snakes. We've had enough snakes, I think. Baumhauer's Victory Grill after the show there on the Boulevard. Look, if I was going to have an anniversary to celebrate, I'm sorry it's January 14th on a day when the weather has been particularly undesirable, although I did bike ride in this stuff today.
I know.
I'm not Donald Trump, but I do what I can. But we will be up there, and I'll make sure that we're going to have a strawberry shortcake celebration because it's so good. And there'll be more than enough for you to come by and join us. We would love to see you there. I'd love to be able to pick up the tab for everybody. Can't quite do that, but I can at least say thank you. And let's go for, I need to remember this. Let's go for one more day.
There you go.
I said that in my favorite magazine column is out. That's the gist of it. Many of us are in the fourth quarter of our lives. And my plan is to, whatever time there is, I have no idea, is to do it using the most important lesson in life, one day at a time. Sounds simple, but it's a hard concept to embrace and put into practice. All right, Brant McDonald, in a moment, Rich's forecast ahead.
Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? And did you know there's a good chance it's just hormones? Hi, I'm Evan Bass, founder of Montgomery Men's Health. And I started this clinic to take care of men. If your testosterone is low, then motivation, energy, and drive often follow too. And keeping resolutions can feel like walking through mud. Even more so as we age, these things tend to get worse if untreated. Guys, you're not alone. Your urologist-led support team at Montgomery Men's Health has your back. For years, we've effectively treated EG and low T comprehensively and with proven treatments dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate team, and by this afternoon, you'll leave with a plan that's designed to be sustainable for life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 334-440-3663 or go to montgomerymenshealth.com. montgomerymenshealth.com.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Go to work for a family that puts God and family first. Wiley Sanders is looking for experienced dump truck drivers. Call them today, 855-777-9785. Drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Lines and be part of the family.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Get ready for a cold night tonight. The risk of showers into the evening hours before ending. Then windy, much colder. Overnight low temperature down to about 27. But northwest winds gusting as high as 25 miles per hour will bring the wind chill down to the teens by morning. Thursday, a very cold winter's day with a high temperature only up to about 41 tomorrow. But wind chills in the 20s and 30s all day long. Dress in layers. Coldest night will actually be Thursday night with a low temperature 19 to 21 by dawn on Friday morning. Friday's high around 56, low 50s on Saturday, and then another cold night, 27 Saturday night, and Sunday's high temperature barely up to about 44, another Arctic surge. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Whether you're buying a home or auto or consolidating debt, CB&S Bank's personal loans get you where you need to go. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you or apply online today. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
Not just an anniversary today, it's also this.
It's National Dress Up Your Pet Day. And Petco wants to help you celebrate. For dogs, we have eye patches and pirate hats to turn them into Captain Jack Spaniel. Star Wars accessories so they can become Darth Vader or Boba Fett. Football helmets and jerseys for your little Patrick Mahomes. Giant wigs and padded bras for your Collie Parton. And a wide selection of hip-hop bling to transform them into LL Drool J. And for cats, we have... Seriously? You want to try to dress your cat? Please. It'll take days for CSI to collect your remains, let alone identify your body. So come to Petco and celebrate National Dress Up Your Pet Day in style. Unless it's a cat. Then leave it the alone.
All right, it is 5:15 on News Talk 93.1 FM. We have a really smart cat on the line with us. In fact, he's the man we call Mr. Right on the Monday. His name is Brant McDonald from Invista Advisors. Good afternoon to you.
Hey, Greg. Yeah, man, right back at you. How you doing today?
Well, it's a special day. I'm not giving the year because I'm vain.
You did earlier. You only have to say it once. Just say it once.
I've been
If they
around. I've
missed
been
it,
doing
you know.
this is the day I made my professional debut on the radio. So it's something to celebrate at Bomb Hours tonight. We're just gonna have some strawberry shortcake and shoot the breeze, hang out with our friends. So that's it. But tell us about the market day. There were some numbers that came out today. Were they good, bad, indifferent, ugly? Plus the earnings you were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, so you're right, Greg. We had a slew of different pieces of economic data that came out today. We had existing home sales, we had retail sales, and then, of course, we had the producer price index, which always follows the CPI that we got yesterday. So let's start with the producer price index. The number came in at 3%, which, again, has been kind of a tough number. That certainly has tariffs built into it. And we know this. This has been going on for some time. We see the PPIs running higher than the CPI. That's because companies are absorbing the tariffs in those numbers. When you break it down and really start to look at it on a year-over-year basis and certainly go back into prior years, the good news is that the rate is coming down. So if you look at this time last year, we were running at a 3.4% headline number on PPI. So to come in at 3 is good news. The simple fact of the matter is, if you look at the CPI report a month ago and you look at the CPI that we got yesterday, and then, of course, this producer price index number, and keep in mind, too, one thing I probably should have said at the beginning of this was for the month of November, okay? So we're kind of backed up a little bit on data. And so the one thing that kept that number a little higher was crude oil prices, gasoline prices, which did have a little bit of spike in the month of November. Of course, as we know, they've come down since then. So all in all, really not a bad report. And I would say if you look at the retail sales is the way that in the way that number that came out today dovetails into CPI, it sort of corroborates a little bit of this. Retail sales were up 3.6%.
Yeah.
But again, if you adjust it for inflation, it's up 0.6%. In fact, you have to go back to 2022 to find a number that was better than the retail sales number we got today. And part of what's going on there, remember too, on an inflation-adjusted basis, because the pace of inflation is starting to come down a little bit, you would expect to see retail sales growth come down commensurate with that number. So it'll be something to monitor. Interestingly, we find at the consumer level that is beginning to trend lower in terms of real sales. So something to watch real carefully. I suspect, though, as we get into tax refund season and as these paychecks, start rolling in for the average citizen across the country, you think about tomorrow, that's probably going to be the first paycheck for a lot of people this year.
Yeah.
You think about those who are paid every 2 weeks. And then certainly those who are paid monthly, they'll get paid on the 31st. So you're going to see those paychecks will be adjusted for the new payroll withholding table. So higher take-home pay, and then you throw into the equation, federal tax refunds going into sort of that March and April timeframe. I think you're going to probably start to see either the consumer savings rate's going to go up with people paying down debt, or you're going to see retail sales begin to re-accelerate. So all in all, not a bad day. And I guess the last thing I would just add, existing home sales up 5.4%. That was a pretty healthy number.
Yeah.
And I think it's because the cost of mortgages are coming down just a touch. But that still remains to be seen. There's a fair amount of inventory out there on the market. So that's been kind of the thing that's been holding us back a little bit.
Let me hypothesize something with you on the existing home sales. Is part of the problem possibly the fact that big population states like New York, Jersey, California, the U-Haul survey came out, people are fleeing these places. And maybe they're leaving behind existing homes that nobody wants. I mean, you've got states that are hemorrhaging population that's not being replaced. I'm wondering if that factors into the creation of that number.
But it probably does to an extent. Of course, in certain places in California and also Florida, believe it or not, there was a pretty substantial overbuild. And
right.
And so we're having to work through some of that inventory for sure. And then, of course, you think about the most desirable places, it's tough to get a home. So you do have this sort of bifurcation going on depending upon which area of the country you're looking at. Homes in Texas, for example, doing quite well. Homes generally in the Southeast doing quite well. A lot of it is sort of what you're talking about, though. It's the disintermediation of people who are moving out of large metro areas into some of the smaller communities, veteran communities, that type thing. But on a national basis, to see a number with a 5.4%, that was pretty good. We'll take it. And as I said, the producer price index number at 3% was welcome news from my standpoint, just because, again, you look at a year ago, it was at a 3.4% run rate. We're continuing to trend lower, and that's the key thing.
No tariff decision from the Supremes. It's making me wonder what's going on with that. I guess, you know what? I think we'll hear it Friday. Probably won't be positive, and they want to get out of town. Here's our verdict, and then leave, so they don't have to deal with the media.
Yeah.
So that's just a prediction.
Could be.
Brett, we appreciate your time as always. Have a great evening.
You got it, buddy. Y'all have a great night, and we'll look forward to chatting with you tomorrow.
You got it. Thank you.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor, and separate entity from LPL Financial.
Did you ever think in a million years of evolution, the most popular flooring style right now, because I talked to my friend Jeff Mallinson at Georgia Floors Direct, luxury vinyl plank flooring. Now, they know a lot of people are paying Christmas bills and so forth, but they've got goals, things they want to accomplish in the house. Luxury vinyl plank flooring at Georgia Floors Direct, starting at 79 cents a square foot. This is the real deal. Now, they have a variety of styles and a variety of price ranges. Hardwood floors, those are normally $4.99 a square foot, $2.99 a square foot. Jeff Mallinson doesn't mess around. Yes, there are truckloads of inventory there, but I just toured the building again a couple of days ago, and I was dumbstruck at the inventory they have there. We're talking containers. So in that kind of volume environment, you're going to save money. They save you time and money, and navigating that place, it's a little overwhelming. But you know what? With all those choices, they can offer you flooring in a wide array of prices, carpeting, laminates, hardwoods, and again, LVP. Make Jeff Mallinson your LVP MVP, 79 cents a square foot at the lower end of the price range there. Good deals at Georgia Floors Direct. They've been a flooring destination since 1969. They do marble and granite kitchen countertops as well, and window coverings that are really amazing. Ask to check out the sun-blocking blinds and things like that. They're not only gorgeous, but they get the job done. On the boulevard across from Lowe's. Here's Skipper with the latest on the boulevard.
We have a lot of folks out on the roads right now, everywhere. The interstates, boulevards, people are streaming out of Montgomery, and we have no accidents that we're aware of at the moment. Nothing that's going to slow you down. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting pretty much the same thing. Keep it up. Be safe out there. We will keep you updated. When it comes to the big jobs, check out the new Cat Next Generation track loaders at Thompson Tractor. Bigger cab, more torque, more power, and great financing is available. ThompsonTractor.com. They're off I-85 just past Taylor Road. Buckle up with J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. For years, I've been asking you to call me at Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. When you call Alabama Home Mortgage, from the moment we pick up the phone, you will hear the difference. We are passionate about what we do. To us, you're not just another applicant. When you call on us, you are trusting that we have your best interest at heart, and we do. We treat our customers like family, and that's why our customers turn into family, coming back to us time and time again. We know you have many options when it comes to mortgage financing, and we appreciate the opportunity to earn your business. We are excited to hear from you. Give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time. Our passion is just one difference that sets us apart from the rest. It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586 368, Equal Housing Lender.
When winter settles in, homes should feel warm, safe, and comfortable. The Luke Wire team has taken care of River Region families since 1983 with their trusted technicians and 24/7 emergency services. From furnace repairs to heat pump issues, they're there when your family needs them most. This winter, choose a company you can trust for the comfort your family deserves. Whatever you require, call Luke Wire. AL license number 22154.
This is Jennifer Pestricelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting, and we're powering up our sales team. If you're a go-getter who loves meeting people, closing deals, and helping local businesses win, this is your moment. You'll develop broadcast and digital advertising campaigns, prospect for new clients, and manage your own list of accounts, all in a fast-paced, creative environment. Outside sales experience is a huge plus. Media experience is even better. Ready to level up your career? Send me your resume today by going to bluewaterbroadcasting.com.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Jan Alpha, what is wrong with you? You do things that leave me no clue. Repeat a couple numbers and move your hands. You say a phrase that no one understands. Jan Alpha, what are these numbers? Can't figure out this meme. Kids must be getting dumber. Hate 6-7, what does it mean? Jan Alpha's confusing me.
I'm finally starting to hear this from adults who are around. It's something that the kids, not really teens so much, but even young kids are using.
Yeah, Remy and Waylon say it all the time.
Really?
Yes.
Isn't it phenomenal how something like that can catch on and
I
be
know.
everywhere so fast?
Yeah, they do it at school to each other all day long, I guess.
6-7.
And there's this little hand signal or whatever. But apparently there's something sinister behind it. The guy who puts out the videos like practices Santeria. So they all think that, or like there's a whole faction of people that think it's a summoning summoning ritual by saying this 6-7. Yeah.
It's like the way I heard it a couple of weekends ago, and it came across 6-7. It's like a dismissive sort of term. I don't know. Am I 6-7? Are you guys 6-7ing me today? It's been really quiet here.
It has. Robert just called though.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, we can't put him on the air, because he's going to cuss, but
yeah,
he's very informed. He watches the news just like we do all day long, and he knows what the heck he's talking about. But he cracks me up because he either ends the phone call with, "Okay, well, you look good, baby," or "I know y'all hate my guts, so I'll let you go."
I don't hate your guts, Robert,
No.
but I got a responsibility here to protect our license.
I like when he calls. He's smart. I mean, he was talking about watching the Prime Minister of Iran on the news and what's going on there. He knows what's up.
What is going on over there anyway? I keep waiting for regime change or the people to topple the mullahs.
Well, they think they have a table to negotiate at, and
Not really.
they don't really.
We open the show with a clip from Andrew Klavan, who I really enjoy. He's good at making some excellent intellectual points Well, I've got a new one from him.
Share it.
I was just going to do that. And look at how fast my hands can move when I need them to. It's Crazy Out There. And I think it's perfect for today because that's basically, and it is crazy out there. It's starting to get to me. So let's see what he has to say.
At the beginning of every year, journalists and other flagrant abusers of God's precious gift of life make lists of predictions about what will happen in the year to come. Turning their corruption-riddled minds to politics and culture and other topics they know absolutely nothing about, journalists forecast absurd scenarios that would confirm them in all the boneheaded prejudices that made their reporting such utterly useless crap fountains in the year that just ended. But unlike journalists, we at the Daily Wire are committed to telling the truth. And the truth is we have no freaking clue what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes, let alone the months ahead. The future's not ours to see, as Doris Day said shortly after she let out an ear-piercing scream that startled the assassin so that he only wounded the ambassador, leaving Jimmy Stewart free to find his kidnapped son and knock the kidnapper down a flight of stairs to his death. A conclusion that makes absolutely no sense if you stop and think about it for even a minute. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Since predicting the future is very popular, and since no one knows the future, the Daily Wire has developed a system for forecasting the events of the year that is far more scientifically consistent than any other. Namely, we just make things up and hope we get lucky and can create the illusion that we're much smarter than we are. So here are my predictions for 2026. In early March, a tarantula the size of the Chrysler Building will descend on New York City and begin to devour the inhabitants, who will find this a welcome relief from the policies of Zoran Mamdani. President Donald Trump will rush to the scene, armed only with an emerald-encrusted titanium sword he borrowed from Glenn Beck's collection of titanium swords encrusted with various precious gems. Trump will single-handedly slay the spider, whereupon Democrats will condemn this violation of the arachnid rights guaranteed in our Constitution. And will spend the rest of the month having cocktails and photo ops with sad-looking tarantulas around the country before heading to local hospitals to be treated for bites. The View will dedicate an entire show to the long history of anti-tarantula bias until a guest tarantula crawls over Sunny Hostin's hand, causing her to let out a high-pitched shriek that goes on for 10 uninterrupted minutes before anyone realizes this is not just her usual commentary. At CBS News, meanwhile, editor-in-chief Barry Weiss will come under fire when she pounds a tarantula to death with a high-heeled shoe before anyone has time to explain to her that it was on its way to be interviewed for 60 minutes. And Candace Owens will announce that a spider the size of the Chrysler Building could only have been created by God, proving once again that a Jew is to blame. In the culture, Netflix chief of content Bella Bajaria will proclaim that all married couples in Netflix movies must be mixed race and all children must be homosexual, unless they're transgender, in which case they can be heterosexual because that would be homosexual. When Netflix's audience share sinks to 0%, Mrs. Bajaria will tell interviewers, "Our pictures are still big. It's the audience that got small," and then descend a long staircase declaring, "I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille," before being carted off to a mental institution or to become head of Warner Brothers, depending on how the deal turns out. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz will step down, resting on his accomplishments of watching Minneapolis burn to the ground while Somalians built American taxpayers out of billions of Somalians. Or possibly Somalians built us out of Somalians. Either way, they should both go back where they came from. Finally, Democrats will take back the House in the midterms and immediately move to impeach Trump for flagrantly causing world peace and American prosperity. Republicans will keep the Senate, but Chuck Schumer will reassure journalists that government is still big, it's the people who got small, and then descend a staircase declaring, "I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille," before he's devoured by a gigantic tarantula.
He's good.
Yep.
The one thing in all of that, I just don't see why the Democrats should take the House. What they're investing their energy and time in is stuff that is, I think most people aren't on board with.
I agree.
And I got to believe, because we live in an era where many people are afraid to speak the truth of their own politics.
Yeah.
Because they're afraid of social repercussions or whatever.
professional in some places.
Yes. Everybody's walking on eggshells. I think Donald Trump's amazing. I think he's absolutely amazing. We got a businessman running the business of America, and he's looking out for he's not taking a dime in salary. Who was it last week that said the problem with Trump for the Democrats is he's so squeaky clean,
right?
Relative to Epstein and all that. He doesn't do that stuff. He doesn't drink.
And he can't be bought.
No. Why would he? I mean,
right.
He doesn't need the money.
Right.
Meanwhile, I just don't see that happening, especially since in the last year or so, many states have cleaned up voter rolls.
Right. It would just be people not turning up if it happened.
Well, yeah, and we can't let that happen.
Right.
Because if they get back the House, you know what we're going to hear for the next 2 years? Impeachment. Over nothing, just like last time. There's a reason he was elected by the popular vote, by the electoral vote. Let him do his job. And then if the results are good, yay or nay. But I got to tell you, one thing Republicans continue to prove, the vast majority are worthless. The men have no balls, and the women, they should take some kid. They should learn from Ilhan Omar and AOC, who are always in front of a camera, shrieking their silly Shinola.
Mm-hmm.
But they're out there. Their message is getting across. Where's ours?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we not seeing stories all day long in the news about how gas prices have come down $1 since Trump took office? He's taken their little term affordability and stuck it up their bum by making things more affordable. And little by slowly, you're going to see more of this. But he will never get a shred of credit. The media is doing the same thing this time they did last time. Why anybody pays attention to them is beyond me. 539, Adams Drugs, your hometown pharmacy. A great move for you and your personal health, with a team of people so dedicated to customer service. See, that in terms of building business, they do it one customer at a time. And that's one thing they have at Adams Drugs that some pharmacies don't, is time to answer questions, to not give you that impatient brush off, or here's your stuff, see you later, tap your card. It's very personal. And they offer services you're not going to find elsewhere. You need your medications delivered. Perhaps your doctor phones something in. Driving while you're sick or running a fever is really no safer than driving impaired from alcohol or drugs. So if there's something in that instance and nobody can help you personally, just to ask, can you please deliver this for me? People that work hard to save you money on co-pays and things of that nature. They did that for me the other day. I have one medication that has an annual deduction, and I got to pay that. I didn't know why the price was suddenly substantially higher. They took the time to find out for me. You can get flu shots. There are 12 million cases of the flu currently, the disease that mysteriously disappeared in 2020 but is back now. If you haven't had the flu but you're prone, it's a good idea to get the shot and at least mitigate symptoms, if nothing else. It's all about you, your health, and great customer service. Nice gift shops that are fun to browse.
Love them.
Awesome people at every single location. Visit adamsdrugs.net for the one nearest you. All right, we're 20 minutes to Bomb Howard.
Well, what a day. We had a lot of accidents this morning, and now not really seeing anything but heavy traffic all over the area. Interstates, boulevards, Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. Everybody's doing a great job out there. Pat yourself on the back. Stay alert. Be safe. We'll keep you updated. Is that cute new Christmas puppy leaving presents all over your house? Well, call Vicky at Invisible Fence. Ask them about their indoor system. Problem solved. 265-2585. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. Governor Kay Ivey kicked off the Alabama legislature's 2026 session with her State of the State address last night. The governor spoke for 35 minutes, presenting her legacy as one of economic development, job growth, and education. Closing out her address, the governor urged unity and urgency in the coming months. Almost $17 million in infrastructure development funds have been approved for communities throughout Alabama. The governor's office announced on Tuesday the distribution of the Community Development Block Grants to 44 communities. The cities of Prattville and Wetumpka will each receive $500,000 for infrastructure improvements. Montgomery civil rights pioneer Claudette Colvin has passed away. In March 1955, Colvin was arrested in Montgomery for violating bus segregation ordinances 9 months before Rosa Parks. Details for memorial arrangements will be shared at a later time by the family. Claudette Colvin was 86 years old. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
What does it mean for a nation to be successful? I'm Stephanie Bryan, Tribal Chair and CEO of the Porch Creek Indians. We believe a successful nation gives back. As we've built economic opportunity and prosperity, the Porch Creek Indians have been able to give back to our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. More than $37 million since 2021 alone. From education and healthcare to tornado relief, learn more about our charitable giving at porchcreekindians.org.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Get ready for a cold night tonight. The risk of showers into the evening hours before ending. Then windy, much colder. Overnight low temperature down to about 27. But northwest winds gusting as high as 25 miles per hour will bring the wind chill down to the teens by morning. Thursday, a very cold winter's day with a high temperature only up to about 41 tomorrow, but wind chills in the 20s and 30s all day long. Dress in layers. Coldest night will actually be Thursday night with a low temperature 19 to 21 by dawn on Friday morning. Friday's high around 56, low 50s on Saturday, and then another cold night, 27th Saturday night, and Sunday's high temperature barely up to about 44, another Arctic surge. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
This is not headline news. Today is National Dress Up Your Pet Day. No word on what Taylor Swift will make Travis wear. Britney Spears says she'll no longer perform live in the U.S. Come on, Britney. That's just crazy talk. A California teen used AI to discover millions of cosmic objects. He was offered a job by NASA and stuffed in a locker by classmates. And 2 women were busted at O'Hare Airport with 50 pounds of cocaine in their luggage. 50 pounds is nothing to sniff at, but Charlie Sheen tried. This is not headline news.
And we direct your attention to your screen on YouTube. Happy Hour with Greg Goodell and Pamela. The last time I posted this picture on Facebook, it was, 5-6 years ago. And somebody said, "You look like Joey." What do you think?
I could see it.
And then as I'm scrolling through, reading some of the replies, Joey's there and he says, "Dad?" That was one of those little social media moments that cracked me up.
That's funny.
So we killed some time earlier in the show this afternoon because the news makes me sick.
Ugh.
And I was talking about the one person above all others, and some of you remember him because you used to be able to listen to WLS here after dark. I mean, I heard stories they would actually, they get their cars together at a park or someplace and wait for the sunset so that 50,000 watt clear channel signal could come booming in.
That's cool.
And they would tune it. And Lou Jack was my guy. He also did a thing called Animal Stories. And I have one of those to play so you can once again hear the man that inspired me. And now it is all these years later.
Here we are again, the Animal Stories news team anchorman. Here's me, your charming and delightful old Uncle Lair. And there's him in person. Hi. Little snot-nosed Tommy. Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Uncle Lair. Hi, everybody.
According to police in Willenhall, England, a horse-drawn cart of scrap drew up behind a motorcyclist at a railroad crossing gate, which was down to allow a train to pass. The horse proceeded to drool on the cyclist. Here's some biker, a little Tommy, sitting there on his big Harley, minding his own business, waiting for this train to go by. Horse pulls up, starts drooling. So he got mad, it says here. Gave the horse his best elbow shot right to the horse's face.
Oh God.
Well,
he sounded like Elmo when he laughed.
That's
in the process
partner.
when he lifted up his
Tommy.
arm to give this horse an elbow shot, he let go of his clutch. And his motorcycle lurched forward, little Tommy into the car in front of him. Meanwhile, the horse, who has just been punched in the face, rears up, dumps the load of scrap onto the car behind, which rolled backwards under the weight and rammed the front of yet another car on the line. Now, seeing this chain reaction, a passing dog walker tied his terrier to the railroad gate and went to help out.
Oh, no.
But the train had passed and the gate went up, pulling the dog 20 feet into the air. By his neck. See, the dog's owner shouted to another pedestrian to lower the gate, which came down on and damaged the roof of a passing Mercedes-Benz.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how it doesn't say how the dog is. I suppose it would depend on which side of the gate he was tied to. If he was on the side that came crashing down to the Mercedes-Benz, the dog probably not going to be okay.
New ornament, yeah. Biker all right?
Biker is fine, little Tommy.
How about the horse?
Horse is fine as well.
Oh, good.
That was the number one most listened to radio feature for many years in Chicago. Larry Lou Jack, my hero. Rest in peace, sir. Sadly, he passed away at the same age I am. So I don't know how much time is left, but if I just guilt tripped you, please join me at Baumhauer's Victory Grill for a farewell.
Stop.
And some strawberry shortcake. My treat tonight. Here's a uplifting story. This is why we have been tiptoeing around the news most of the day, because it sucks.
Yeah, it does. Give me something good.
Dozens of Minneapolis police suddenly seek paid leave because morale is at an all-time low.
That's not good, though.
No. And that twit mayor, I just can't believe, I'll never forget, it made me sick. Him kneeling at the coffin of a career criminal, sobbing hysterically like this was his best friend. I didn't buy a minute of it. It was all political theater. And again, there's one of the truths in the world is you don't have to worry about being confronted by police if you're not breaking the law. Maybe rarely,
Right.
if you're not violating, and egregiously so, because these days it's routine to see people doing 80 or 90 on Taylor Road,
Yeah.
But do you see any police around to enforce traffic? I mean, really all you need is a presence that people tend to behave better. But if they know they can get away with whatever they're doing, why not?
You want to hear something crazy? So I was at my friend's the other night, and right before I got there, a little before 6:30, one of her friends texted her and said, we left, and they live in Montgomery, and they left their apartment. It's 2 girls, and forgot to lock the door. And when they came back, they heard something inside.
Ooh.
So they called the police and said, we're alone. We don't know if anybody's in there. Can you come and make sure that it's clear for us to go in, or
Sure,
if somebody's
that's
in there?
a totally legit reason to call.
45 minutes or so before the cops got there.
Because we don't have enough.
Yeah.
And the mayor lies when he tells us that we're fully staffed. He's full of it.
That's a long time for 2 women to sit outside in their car.
I mean, at least
and
they
they
got
don't know
somebody
what's
to answer
going on.
911. That's
True.
progress, because how many people have told us they've called 911 and gotten nobody? When is this city going to wake up from its slumber and demand better with a 10% sales tax and gas taxes up the ass? Yet, I can't remember the specific road. It was raining this morning, and I'm coming in from Old Cloverdale now, and I don't know which part of the road I'm on because the street lines
Oh, yeah.
are fading.
That scares me.
Yeah, that's really all you have, because our street lights, I don't know what bulbs they're using, 40 watters,
Yeah.
but the light barely makes contact with the ground. It's illuminating nothing.
And then it's rainy and
And when it's raining, and if the street lines, the lane dividers are not, they should be repainted periodic. What's the problem? Where's the money? Where is all this money going? For stupid bullcrap like initiatives and all these libtard big idea answers that really just solve nothing but put a lot of money in people's pockets.
it's crazy that I grew up in Vermont, and when I moved down here, it is so much brighter on the streets and everything here. When I've gone back there 2 or 3 times and felt so disoriented driving because it is so incredibly dark. They don't have the reflector things on the road,
Right.
on the paintings. There are not a lot of street lights. A lot of it is more rural. But even when you get into town, it's so dark. And I was driving and I'm like, I've got to get off the interstate because I felt like I was in space.
Yeah.
Like it's so dark.
You don't have a focal point.
No.
And you need that.
Yeah.
There's a thing called, I got to get this done quickly. It happened to me in Chicago. After a big snow, we had a huge wind and it was blowing powdered snow.
Mm-hmm.
And I was out a 2-lane road, and the snow was, that's all you could see.
Just a whiteout. Yeah.
And you feel weightless.
Yes.
Your optic nerve has to have a focal point.
Yeah. You have this weird reaction in your body.
It was like being disattached from gravity.
Yeah.
Scary as hell.
I panicked at one point. It was so dark on the interstate. I got off immediately on the
Good.
next exit. I was like, I cannot do this.
I need you to take care of yourself. Thank you for everything this afternoon.
Well, what a day. We had a lot of accidents this morning, and now not really seeing anything but heavy traffic all over the area. Interstates, boulevards, Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. Everybody's doing a great job out there. Pat yourself on the back. Stay alert. Be safe. We'll keep you updated. Is that cute new Christmas puppy leaving presents all over your house? Well, call Vicky at Invisible Fence. Ask them about their indoor system. Problem solved. 265-2585. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Clogged drain? Overflowing septic? Don't panic. Call the experts who've been solving plumbing problems in the river region for more than 50 years. The Tierce family's local Roto-Rooter team specializes in fast drain cleaning, septic repair, and installation. One call and your troubles are on their way down the drain. That's 272-7130 or visit rotorooteralabama.com. Roto-Rooter, always here when you need us.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Well, kids, that's our show for today. And now, in the words of Mr. Cole Porter, every time we say goodbye, goodbye.
You say goodbye, and I say hello.
Hello. I must be going. I must be going.
So long, farewell, our feet are saying goodbye. I leave and heave a sigh and say goodbye. Goodbye to you. Goodbye to you.
Goodbye.
Till our next show. Goodbye from us to you.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Everybody is to leave here immediately.
All right, Pamela Dubuque, thank you. It was a very interesting afternoon, to say the least. Thanks for listening to my Lame Ass Stories. Thank you for listening to my Lame Ass Stories, too, or watching them on YouTube. Over to Bob Howard's now to celebrate. See you in the morning with Rich Thomas and Jay Scott. Thanks for punching us up.
Adios, muchacho.